right, first I want to welcome everyone to USS Scorpio. Please respond. One shot for Mothership. Let me grab my notes and we will set the scene. The android, TKE-414, affectionately known as TOKE, short for Tokugawa Enterprise, Service Android Model 414, mills about the darkened interior of the USCSS Silverback, a small four-man scout ship owned by Tokugawa Enterprise. The live crew have spent the last 4 months in cryosleep, traversing the empty void of space. Upon receiving mission-sensitive data, the ship's computer automatically begins the thaw process, bringing the crew back into service. Toke has no need of such respite, although he had powered down for a few weeks while undertaking the journey. He has spent the last 2 hours preparing the galley for the famished crew. The lights in the low berth lounge flicker to life as the ambient temperature rises to a comfortable level. The glass shells of the sleep suites begin to raise as the crew begins to stir, memories and thoughts intermingled with the long dreams of deep space travel. The first to awaken is the acting ship's officer and captain, Gerhard Weiss, known as Doc, for his primary role as the onboard science officer. And as you awaken, Doc, you hear the computer make an alert.
Attention. Destination threshold.
You have arrived at whatever your destination was. You don't know what you're doing out here, but the ship's computer has stopped you. Clearly, Tokugawa Enterprises needs something of this small four-man crew. Now, Toke, you go around to Gerhard Weiss. He's in this last cryo chamber over here, and as you help him up to his feet, he's slightly disoriented. The lights are awfully bright. His body is acclimating to the temperature and back to full conscious awareness. Toke, what have you prepared Dr. Weiss for his meal after 4 months in cryosleep?
All systems nominal. The crew is not.
Ooh, the crew is not nominal. What is wrong with the crew?
You require sustenance, of which I have not prepared anything.
Gerhard Weiss, what would you ask for your meal?
Clearly, this has been a long sleep, so I should have some schnitzel. Perhaps some broth. It is very typical for us to have a heavy meal when we wake from cryosleep, talk. You know this, no? There's issues with the oven?
I will adjust my expectations accordingly.
And Toke, do you have the fixings to make schnitzel?
Affirmative.
Now, during the last 4 months, as you've been alone here on the ship, talking only to yourself and to the ship's computer, have you experimented with any new recipes that you might make to go with this schnitzel?
Negative. I do not require such things.
Excellent. The next to wake up is J. Nuck Fetterman, who's here in the central one. And as Nuck wakes up, as the ship's teamster, you're basically the engineer. You fix stuff. You make sure things are working. What would you want for your meal? Clearly, Toke has not prepared you anything, which you may or may not find that infuriating. You wake up, there's supposed to be food, and clearly he has not done this for you.
That's not what I expected. I'm fine with the sandwich.
Am I your mother?
Well, in a sense, you kind of are. You're supposed to take care of things like that.
What kind of sandwich do you make? He didn't specify what kind. Toke, what do you make him?
We have roast beef aboard.
Roast beef would be fine, thank you.
This is acceptable?
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
And last to get up is Rex, Big Ham, and Terry's. Now, when you wake up, your stomach is rumbling. You're used to high protein, high glucose, whatever fuel you can get in your body to be ready at a moment's notice. And you wake up famished. What do you expect to be ready for you? And finding it's not there, what do you want instead?
Where's my steak, robot?
Warning acknowledged. Warning ignored. logging outcome.
Get it to me now.
What do you make for Big Ham, Toke?
We do have some liquefied beef paste. Would this be acceptable?
I want you to solidify it.
That is not part of the mission parameters.
I'm not sure you really want him to do that.
Were you going to feed him this liquid paste like a mother bird, chew it up and regurgitate it? Is that how you prepared this?
Negative.
Give me the bag.
As you begin to partake of your meal, Toke, you sit down. There's no food for you. You don't eat. What do you do while the others are eating?
Observe.
As you observe, there is a small tablet on the station table for each one of you, and a small alert pops up that says mission briefing. Now, to activate the briefing, you should see that on your screen. If you double right click on that, it's going to pull up a menu saying, you want to open an external link? Go ahead and click yes. It will pull up a briefing on an old CRT monitor. It says incoming message, receiving ... done. Dear contractors, Tokugawa Enterprises requires your expertise for an urgent and high-stakes mission. The research vessel USS Scorpio was tasked with transporting valuable cargo from SETI 281 to Delta 7, but it never reached its destination. Investigate the situation, secure the cargo, and deliver it safely to Delta 7. The cargo is of utmost importance to our science department, and any damage or loss will result in severe consequences. Your team is authorized to use whatever means necessary to secure the cargo, but please avoid causing unnecessary damage. Regular updates and reports are expected. We trust your team to perform with the highest standards and complete the mission successfully. As a result of the mission's importance, the fee for this job will be double our standard rate. Best regards, Tokugawa Enterprises. Now, under the journals, again, it's that little magazine thing. I'm going to make a mission briefing visible. Let me just give you observer permissions on it. So if you ever need to reread the mission brief, you'll find it there to know kind of what we're doing. But it sounds like there's some cargo from the USS Scorpio that we need to recover. As we are eating, we do get a proximity alert that the USS Scorpio is approaching off the starboard bow. Now there are view screens in here as well as a window. You can look out into the vastness of space off onto the port side. Up on the view screens, you get an image. And I'm going to just take us to the image. You can see the USS Scorpio dead in the water here. There are lights still on along its hull. It is running with power, but it is not moving. And it looks like docked next to the ship is a smaller vessel. That is not supposed to be there.
Ask, can you scan, get information on this small vessel? And, well, now I'm suddenly Russian, but that's okay. Can we dock? Is there a dock on the other side of the ship as well, so we could dock?
Yeah,
or is it just this one space?
Toke, give me a computer's roll using your intellect to access the computer system to determine what is going on here with the USS Scorpio.
Is this with...
So you can either click on intellect and then select computers, or you can just click on computers under your skill and then select intellect.
So I selected intellect and then I select computers?
Yes.
And then I roll a normal, right?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I got out of character there for a second.
That's okay. That is a success. So you rolled below the 68, so you get success. As you pull up this information, you see a couple of things.
I need.
The computer says first, visual confirmation of the surrounding area confirms the presence of a corporate asset, the USS Scorpio, adrift in deep space. Another vessel appears to be docked in Docking Bay A. The ship transponder is off, and no information is available about this first responder. Docking Bay B is open and available. You can, with a hacking roll, try to get into that other ship's computer. That's going to take a hacking roll. That would be your hacking skill, and you're going to have disadvantage on that.
So I click on hacking.
Yep, and then intellect, and then disadvantage. Nice. This reveals that the smaller vessel is property of the Vanguard, a mercenary group that is often hired by corporations or governments. There is no mention of Vanguard involvement in our mission brief. Therefore, their intent is unknown. Now, on the opposite side of the Scorpio, there is another docking bay that you can dock the Silverback to.
Who's the pilot for the ship? Is it Toke?
Toke can pilot the ship. The captain is Doc. He would effectively be the officer in command.
I just don't see. Yeah, I just don't see piloting as a skill, so I just want to know.
Yeah, the ship's computer would essentially do this. So without a piloting, you would just do like an intellect roll. The ship's computer will take over the whole docking process. You don't need to even roll for that. But you can ask, the ship, let's swing around the other side. You don't even need to make a roll. The ship knows how to do that. But if I do ask you to make a piloting ship without the aid of the computer, it would be like an intellect roll.
All right. I'm going to definitely have the computer have us dock in the open docking bay. Okay. But doing the bad German again is going to be hard for me. I'm trying to remember how to do it. Ich habe ihn eine Frage. Sprechen Sie Amerikanisch? The talk, can you scan the Vanguard ship?
Affirmative.
For life forms. I don't even know if we can do this here, but let's try that.
Yeah, that's going to be another computer roll, and that is not with disadvantage.
Okay.
That's a fail. So you gain a point of stress as you scan, and it says no information is available.
It must be very distressing to you, Talk, to not be able to find the things that you are not.
What a shot at the android.
That is correct. That is correct.
Now, Toke, even though you failed that roll, you could determine why you were unable to accomplish this scan. There is a distinct radiation signal coming from this ship, from the engine rooms, the reactor. There may be a leak on this ship, and it looks like there is a higher than normal or than acceptable level of radiation coming from the reactor room.
I calculate a 92% chance that this ends badly. I require your optimism for this.
Let's go back to the Silverback. As the ship gets a little bit closer, the computer then sends out another alert.
Global emergency protocol initiated. Target locked on. Commencing docking. Thrusters offline.
As the Silverback gets within close range, the computer automatically implements the GMEP, Docking Assistance Protocol. This is unavoidable, undesirable, and unstoppable. Any attempts to override are met with the same message from the corporation. Now, if you want to click on the message, you can double right-click on the GMEP. And it says incoming message, receiving, done. Dear valued members of the Tokugawa Enterprises family, nothing holds a higher priority for us at Tokugawa Enterprises than the safety and well-being of each and every one of our esteemed employees. It is with great pleasure that I share with you an exceptional development in our relentless pursuit of your security. The introduction of the remarkable Global Mesh Emergency Protocol, or GMEP. This cutting-edge protocol has been integrated into every spacecraft operated by Tokugawa Enterprises, solidifying our commitment to your safety. Designed to ensure smooth transfer of assets and personnel, this exceptional system can autonomously redirect any spacecraft in our fleet within reach. It takes full control of the assisting spacecraft, seamlessly orchestrating a docking maneuver with the vessel in need. The two crafts remain securely connected until the crisis is resolved, and the property, along with the personnel of Tokugawa Enterprises, is safeguarded. This unwavering commitment to unity and cooperation reflects our guiding star, your safety. Deactivation of GMEP can only be performed by authorized individuals with the necessary computer access privileges aboard the distressed ship, confirming control and preventing premature disengagement. This meticulous oversight serves as a testament to the high standards upheld by Tokugawa Enterprises in maintaining the integrity of our asset transfer operations and the safety of our employees. We at Tokugawa Enterprises take immense pride in standing at the forefront of fostering solidarity and cooperation. GMEP exemplifies our commitment to these principles, ensuring that no asset or member of the Tokugawa family is left in a state of isolation. We believe that by prioritizing security above all else, we create an environment where each one of you can thrive. United by the guiding light of GMEP, let us continue to work together, supporting one another and reinforcing the bond that makes us a formidable force in the cosmos. With deepest appreciation, Hiroshi Nakamura, CEO, Tokugawa Enterprises. So, in their ever kind gesture of Tokugawa, they have now docked us to a ship that is leaking radiation, and we cannot undock unless we get the credentials from the captain of the Scorpio to disengage the GMEP. The idea being that we help whatever personnel are there that need to be rescued, and then we simply undock and fly away. But now we are stuck here unless we can undock ourselves.
They took over our ship.
Yeah.
Well,
we have essentially, the company decided that their assets are more important than our safety.
Well, Talk, you might not understand this, but at my age, preventing premature disengagement can be rather difficult. But
It gets easier as you get older.
If you can search the computer records to see who the captain of the Scorpio is, that might be of value to us as we go to try to find them.
I can do that.
That would be most helpful.
You have made several successful computer rolls. You don't even need to roll for this one. The captain is Kate Walker. She is listed as the captain of the ship. She is the first officer of the deck. She is the one that would have the access card.
Has that crew member transitioned to cargo?
There is no notification, but you do see that there are 2 escape pods and one has been jettisoned.
Well, the good news is we won't feel the radiation for long.
You won't feel it at all, will you? Do you feel, Talk? Anyway, as captain, do I have any briefings on some of the skills of the crew members? So does anyone have 0G that I would know about?
I do.
Yeah, Nook does.
Is that Nook does, but not the Big Ham, not the Marine. The Marine can't work out there in space so good.
It's here to kick ass.
Chew bubble gum.
I'm all out of gum.
Well, I was going to say I will make sure I keep some bubble gums in my pockets. I'm thinking. You tell me what you think, Nook. Do you think you could spacewalk from our ship over the Scorpio into the Vanguard ship?
Yeah, I could try. Do we have any?
Maybe that ship can disengage without being premature. is it's not a company ship. Just in case.
Oh, you mean you want to steal their ship?
Not steal.
Right, right, right.
They
I
have
got
placed
you.
themselves under our company's benevolence by docking.
Right.
Commandeering, maybe. If necessary, if necessary.
Right. How many, do we have any radiation suits on this ship?
We do not. If you have a vac suit, which I don't think any of you have a vac suit.
I got one.
You have one, yep. So we have one vac suit.
Okay.
We sabotage our dock equipment. Whatever's holding us to this ship.
Well, we must. We should speak with Kate. We should see if she's there, and see if we can get them and the cargo off. That is the mission.
Speaking of
But-
cargo, what is it?
That is not our business.
Yeah, you have no idea what the cargo may be.
We
Our
should go
business
find
is to
out.
recover.
I do have a VIP corporate key card, which I could use.
Was bring along. So what do you think, Nuck? It is up to you. We'll either all go as a team, as a crew, through the ship, or is there value in you going over, just to perhaps have an alternative route out?
Yeah, I can go check it out if you want. Sure.
It's always good to split the party early.
Right.
More damage that way.
Nuck, that's going to be a 0G skill.
Okay.
And I assume we have comms,
Yes, yep, you have comms. You can easily communicate with one another. And Nuck,
so he can scream if things go bad.
Yeah, you will hear the scream, absolutely. Nuck, to do that, you're going to do a 0G skill, and that's going to be a speed roll, trying to be agile in that suit.
Okay. And normal?
Yes, normal roll. That is a failure. So anything above a 90 is a fail. So you take a point of stress. So as you begin to get out there, what happens is as you get close to that Vanguard ship, you've got a little radiation counter inside your suit, and it begins to blare that there is a distinct radiation signature on that ship. That engine, that core, is likely unrecoverable. There's a good chance it's going to melt down as well. You do not want to go in there. Your suit will protect you from some radiation, but that is likely fatal, a fatal dose to go into that ship.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna head back. And I'm gonna be like, Captain, that other ship's lit up like a Christmas tree. There's nothing we can do about it. It's all irradiated.
Maybe we go through the tunnel. We should probably try to disengage that ship from this one then as quick as can.
Now, Nuck, I'm going to have you give me a body save, because you did fail your 0G roll,
Oh, yeah.
and there was some radiation out there. Let's go ahead and give me a body save.
Body save. Okay.
As your thoughts begin to drift to, like, the state of your testicles, and are they going to survive this radiation?
Do I add the the 0G to it?
0G, yep.
Okay.
Ooh-hoo-hoo. Okay, your stress goes up. You only hope that this suit has adequate shielding.
I feel very warm.
There's no cause for alarm. There are, however, many causes for death.
Better to feel warm in depths of space than cold.
Yeah.
All right. When Nuck comes back, let us proceed onto ship.
Nuck, you get back into the airlock, and the rest of you can see that Nuck is sweating. And Nuck actually looks a little bit red in the face, and Nuck would not be aware of this, but he's got some radiation burns through his visor on his skin. He looks a little sunburned on one side of his face.
More careful, Knock.
Yeah, but just a little warm.
You will be good. You will be good.
I'm going to pull up a map of the Scorpio. So right now we are in this docking bay. In fact, I'm going to pull out tokens and just put them on the map. So you're able to pull up a schematic of the USS Scorpio. And you can see that a cargo bay is going to be the first thing that you encounter as you come in here. Who is the first through the door?
Marine, of course. We follow protocols here.
Yep.
Big Ham, you're used to stuff
Ham
like
up
this.
front.
This is no problem. I'm going to pull up just a little artwork here. This is the cargo bay. This is dark. It's damp. Your footfalls echo. There are large crates with science equipment and a mobile lab for use in the field. Resting against the wall, you see a figure. The light attached to the end of your pulse rifle shows this figure up against the wall. It looks as though he has taken his own life by shooting himself in the mouth. He's got a revolver in his hand.
Does he have any identifying things on his clothing? Was he with
He does.
Tokugawa?
Yeah, as you look over his uniform, it says Sergeant Ramos, Ramos, and he has a stylized V patch on his sleeve. This is a Vanguard mercenary.
Looks like the mercenaries aren't friendlies.
At least not to themselves.
Not to themselves. There could be some weird stuff happening here.
Now, if one of you wants to pick up this revolver,
I most certainly
it is
do.
there. I'm
I will take this.
I'm gonna drag this to the chat, and then you can drag that onto your character sheet from the chat, and then it should show up under your equipment or under your weapons. Were you able to get that revolver okay?
I'm working on the chat in Foundry, yes?
Yes.
It's up there. And I drag.
And then just drop it, and it
Cool.
should show up under your weapons. Yep, there we go. Perfect.
Does he have any other visible wounds?
Give me an intellect roll for that, and you can add military training to this.
Okay.
As you look over his body, you can see something unique has happened. He's got some dark skin around his eyes, and his eyes are completely black. This is like almost as though his pupils have expanded to cover the entire white of his eye. There is some black veins around his neck. You've been around a lot of scenes of battle. You've never seen anything quite like this. In fact, Big Ham, I'm going to have you give me a fear check as you see this. And you can add military training to this. Excellent. You've been through worse. You see this, you kind of swallow down that little liquefied steak that you had for your meal. But you know that you're not dealing just with thugs with guns or something. This may be poison, disease, you don't know. But whatever it is, this looks nasty. And then the thought comes into your mind that, there may be a radiation leak that we are aware of. Could this be radiation sickness? How long has this man been here? And did he indeed take his own life? If so, what would drive a mercenary to do such things?
Robot, what's the radiation levels?
Calculating.
As you pull it up on a scanner, you see that it is just at the very edge of acceptable levels. You know that an exposure of more than 2 hours at this level would result in vomiting and possibly hair loss.
Doc, what can make a guy's eyes go black around his eyes and make him kill himself?
Too many things in space can happen. There's no way for me at this time to determine that. We should secure the cargo. We should find the Captain Kate so we can disengage with cargo and with Captain Kate. If you gentlemen proceed to first secure cargo, I will collect samples so that the company can determine what was the cause of death.
Now, if you
Is this acceptable?
Yeah, we should move quickly.
looking around the room, you do notice that there is a vent in this room. Big ventilation shaft. You can feel the movement of air coming through here. So there's still the rebreathers are on, circulating oxygen throughout the ship. There's a weird smell coming out of there. It smells like athlete's foot. Nasty feet, stinky bodies, mildew.
Smells normal to a Marine.
It looks as though most of the cargo boxes in here have been ransacked. They've been broken into. There's a few that have empty specimen containers, a few that have slide kits and things like that. But it looks as though Vanguard has beat you to it, and they have torn through here looking for something. Now, whether they found it or not, you don't know. You're not exactly sure what it is that you're looking for.
All right, gentlemen. Are you going to move forward? Do you want
Let's
to investigate the... How long will it take me to use my sample collection kit to, pull some blood from those big, bulgy black veins?
So you can make a pathology roll, and it's probably going to take you maybe 5 minutes to get a sample, to dilute it, to make an assessment on it. It won't take long, but it will take some time. And that could be done while everyone else is searching through here, looking at everything that's going on in here. So that is a critical success. You got doubles, 44. So you pull up the sample, and you get a reading on there that the effect is biologic. That there is some sort of biologic element, and it's likely the method of transportation, if this were a virus or something, is likely airborne. In fact, the blood seems to be relatively clean, but maybe you take some more assessments. You check lung tissue, you check the skin integument, and it's the lung tissue shows that this is an airborne issue.
So, gentlemen, as you don't have vac suits, I recommend you look for any on this ship or rebreathers. The air could be contaminated, but I'm sure the radiation will get us first, so we should move quickly so we can disengage. Let's move out.
Now you can see up ahead there's a 4-way intersection. You can get to the engine room. You can also head up towards the bridge and past life support and other areas, or you can go to the other docking bay where that Vanguard ship is docked. Where do you go from here?
Is there any noise kind of coming from either direction? Any signs of things happening?
As you stake yourself out there, the doorway to the engine room is open. And as you peer in, probably leading with your pulse rifle, you see this. The engine room, it's filled with pipes and steam, and you can feel the heat coming out of there. It's also very narrow. And as you look in there, as the steam is leaking out, let me mark that it is hot in here. You can see there's a vent, and it's trying to pump in air, but you can see that there is... you can almost see like the waves of heat coming out of this air. It's pumping hot air into the engine room, which is the opposite of what you would want. You would want cold air in here to try and cool it down. Now, give me a roll, Big Ham. This is going to be a combat roll. As you are on alert, you're looking for signs of danger. And you can add your military training to this.
Okay.
Nice, that's a critical success. Two things happen. The first thing that happens is you see a... You don't even know how to describe it. You see something, and it's moving. It's black and shiny and looks cylindrical, almost like a pipe. And you just see it. It's vertical, and it slides just to the side. It's almost a trick of the eye, but you see it. Something black and shiny just moved just past that steam, moving from right to left, and it looked big.
Something in the engine room. Space monster.
Is
What?
anyone with you? Or are you there by yourself in that little intersection?
I was kind of headed forward, clearing the path. I don't know if anybody followed or not.
I think we were following. I was following, probably.
Do you, Big Ham? You saw something. Your danger sense is going off. Do you go check it out? Do you want to dare leave
I would
something
advise
behind
against.
you?
I would advise against it.
Yeah, I think I'm really excited to go into that steamy room.
Now there is a chance that you can fix whatever's the problem is with the core. It sounds like it's overheating. If you can adjust the coolant levels in here, get some cold air coming in, maybe bypass some of these looks like damaged steam pipes or valves, there's a chance you can get this core under control.
At the same time, I don't like leaving a potential enemy at our backs as we move on to the rest of the ship. So I think we better clear it out.
Yeah, maybe let me have a look at fixing whatever's wrong with the overheating, and you just watch my back.
I can tell you there's for sure something in there. Robot!
Yes.
Robot!
Yes.
There's a problem in the engine room. Can you check it out?
You want me to do that by myself?
Oh, we're right behind you.
I thought the engineer was going to work on that, and you were going to cover him to keep him safe.
There might be a technical problem in the engine room.
Well, I'm sure Tok could provide guidance, but he is
There's a
not. Tok,
computer I can
you are
help.
not a repair robot, right?
If there is a computer, I can help.
And there would
He
definitely be a
has
computer in
knowledge.
there.
May I? Do I need to pick anything up from this cargo room? Tokugawa interests are my main priority.
So
My main objective.
It does not seem like there's anything in here that is of significant value. This is all kind of generic science equipment. Nothing in here that you haven't seen, elsewhere. If there is any cargo that was wanted, it's probably not this.
Okay, I will be on my way to work on that computer.
Wonderful. We'll cover you.
And Nuck, are you going to go in and try and repair that as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna go in with Tok.
Okay.
I'll try to do mechanical repairs while he looks at the computer.
Give me a roll for that mechanical repair. Use your intellect. And Tok, you can give me a computer's roll as well using your intellect.
Yes.
Nice. So, Nuck, the first thing you find is that some of these steam pipes have been damaged. They can likely be repaired. It'll take some time. It may take you roughly an hour to repair them.
Oof.
Tok, you find that You can adjust the temperature in this room. Here on the computer, you can hack into it. It would require the head engineer's security card. You do have a VIP access card, so that's going to let you do that. And you could change the temperature in here to make it cool if you like.
Yes.
Okay, let me take care of that. So I'm going to make it no longer hot in here, and we're going to make it cool.
Thank you, Toke. Feels so much better.
Now,
But,
My pleasure.
Hey, boss, I think I can fix this, but it might take up to an hour. I don't know what you want me to do.
I don't want you to remain alone. Ham
He is
says
not
there's.
alone. I am monitoring him.
Well, I think we need you as well to the bridge so you can find out what happened to Captain Kate. Also, we might want to see if we can disengage the Vanguard ship, as clearly they meant no good to us, and we cannot board. Right, Nock? You said it's too long
it seemed-
past its radiation.
Yeah, it seemed completely irradiated from what I could tell.
So if we can at least disengage it from the docking, and once we can move the Scorpio away, at least we don't want to bring the bomb with us. So
Understood.
you work on the engine room. Perhaps Toke and I can go to see if we can disengage the Vanguard ship.
Okay.
as you are
And,
talking, I could see like you're kind of out in the hallway, Doc, and
Well, I
Nuck
was,
is
yes.
Nuck is turned, looking at you and talking, and Doc and Big Ham, you're probably looking at Nuck and Toke. Doc and Big Ham, give me a sanity roll, please,
Be sane.
and I'll explain why after you roll. Nice. So, Doc, had you failed this, everyone around you would gain 1 stress. You hang on to your cool. However, the Marine freaks out a little bit as you see what that black thing was that you spotted earlier. And you see the shape begin to fully emerge coming through the steam. And it is large and it is angry.
Oh,
The space monster.
fuck.
And as it begins to snarl and growl, you can hear some sort of sound echoing throughout the ship. You are most definitely not alone. Let me grab this space monster.
Do not be afraid. Fear complicates cleanup.
Big Ham would definitely be firing at that.
All right, let me take us into combat. So I'm going to roll initiative for everybody. It's just a speed roll. And Big Ham, you can go first. You failed your sanity roll, though, so you're going to get a turn skipped. Toke, you are up first. So you can whirl around and see this thing.
So, what am I doing?
So you hear probably Big Ham scream, failing his sanity roll, and you look around and you see that big thing coming through the steam. When you see it, you need to give me a sanity roll as well.
I'm evolving concern. This is new. Sanity. And normal on that?
Yep.
Okay.
Excellent. You are you're not too sure what this is. This is a life form that you are unfamiliar with, and you know that this can't be good. Now it's your turn in combat. You can move, you can act. What would Toke do?
And just as a quick clarification, there's no real like reactions in this, like like in D&D, right?
No.
It's just turn by turn by turn.
Yep, turn by turn.
Okay.
So Toke is up, and then Nuck, and then the creature, and then Doc.
I was not programmed for this. And I'm going to step back as I have no weapons to be able to fight this thing.
Do you go out past the Marine into the hall?
Yes. How do I move? Can't see my gun.
You can just leave yourself there for now. We'll move it all here in a second. Nuck, what do you do? When you turn, I need a sanity roll as you see this thing.
Okay. Holy shit.
No, that's a fail.
Yeah, it is.
And you are frozen in fear as you see this thing, and it rapidly approaches. Now, this thing is going to attack one of you. I'm going to roll a 4-sided die. So 1 is Big Ham, 2 is Toke, 3 is Nuck, and 4 is Doc. So going to go after Doc. And Doc, you're kind of further back from the group, so it's going to push past the others. And as it does, let me pull up its character sheet. It's going to lash out at you with a tentacle. Oh, critical fail. Okay, here's what happens. It lashes out at you with a tentacle, and when it does, it misses in horrific fashion. But it strikes one of those steam pipes. And no sooner does it strike the steam pipe than you see a great gout of steam just come blasting out of the pipe, and then you hear this.
Temperature control failure. Catastrophic event in T minus 120 minutes.
There will be a catastrophic event in 120 minutes. And let me get a timer going here. 1 second. And save that. Perfect. So that will count. Now, right now it shows 59 minutes, but it will recycle through. When it hits 2 hours, we'll hear a couple of beeps when there's 10 seconds left. If we are not escaped within 2 hours, we all die. The other thing that happens is you hear a high alert. The alarm begins to go off on the ship. Now, when that gout of steam comes out, it actually sends the creature lurching backwards. Doc, it's your turn.
Anyone who's in front of me, I'm going to try and drag out. I'm making a weird assumption, but is there a door or a way to block off the engine room from the corridor?
Yep, there is. There's a secure bulkhead door there. So Toke is already moving out. You can grab Big Ham and Doc. He's a little further up. You could pull one of those two back, but you can't get them both. If you want to try to get both, I'm going to give you a roll, and if you fail it, you get none of them. It would be a straight
I'm going to grab
roll.
Nuck.
Perfect. So you can
I'm going to grab Nuck.
He can probably, or Big Ham can probably defend himself somewhat.
He can handle himself. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
I'm dragging Nuck out, and I'm gonna go. Ham, or is it Ham? Get the hell out! The door is closing.
And Ham, you are up next. So this will actually work out perfect. If you want to back out, you can get the door shut.
Can you attack and move?
Yes. You won't be able to shut the door, but Toke would go after you. He could get the door shut.
Okay.
Let me move some figures just so you can see your character. There we go. So if you click on him, go to your weapons, click on your pulse rifle, and then you can add your firearm skill.
Yep, he's going to send a shot out as he retreats. As training.
Nice. 20 points of damage. Okay, that's going to cause a wound. Let me add a wound to this guy. So click on the chat thing. It says wound effect and then gunshot. Click on the gunshot. See if it'll let you roll the wound. Ooh, nice. Grazed and knock him down. So the big creature gets knocked down. This will be perfect. You back out. Toke, You need to override that door. Right now, the door is jammed open. It's going to take a hacking roll to get that door shut and locked. Ooh, critical failure.
Wow.
Why do I suck so bad?
So Toke, you need to make a panic roll. So you want to roll above a 5. So click on the make a panic check.
Where is that at?
It's on the chat where all the dice rolls are. So it's not on your sheet. It'll be on the chat.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
And then normal on that one?
Yep. Oh, you did it. Okay, that was almost a 1, but then it rolled to a 19. So you're like, oh shit, this door won't close. But you're hitting like the open button, and it just will not open. Like, why isn't this thing opening? It's like you've never been trained on, the signals for open and close on this door. And so you're hitting the wrong button, and people are looking at you like, what the hell? Why are you doing this? Nuck, your turn. The android is having a malfunction.
Can I try to jury rig the door closed?
Yes.
Okay, is that strength, speed, intellect?
That'll be intellect.
Intellect, yeah, that makes sense.
Got it. The door is shut, and the creature who goes next slams up against the door. You hear a terrible pounding sound, but the door holds. I'm going to take him off the screen. We are out of the room. The timer is still running. Where do you go now?
Oh, as far away from here as possible.
Gentlemen, to the bridge. Let's find Kate
Yeah.
on the way out.
As you get down the hallway, you get to about this point, and I'm just going to move. Oh, there we go. Perfect. When you get to that point, you find that the hallway has been. It descends down a slight slope. There's a flat spot, and presumably it will ascend again. But this hallway is filled with this reddish-brown liquid. And you can see the inside of this hallway looks as though it has been torn apart. Someone has been looking for something. Panels have been torn off. There's about 6 inches of water covering the floor through here, and it's very moist. Very moist indeed, and very swampy. Let's go back to our map. Now up ahead, you can see there is another vent in the wall. Where do you go from here?
Do these vents have a weird smell coming out of them too?
You'll have to get up close to smell that one. You'll have to go into the water if you want, but you can check that out.
Like, and will lead the way.
Yeah, I'll investigate the vent.
Okay.
Hope you brought your boots, gentlemen.
Are these vents large enough for that creature to travel through?
Probably not that creature, but like you could climb through one of these vents. I'm going to roll a die here. 6. Okay. As you get up near that vent, let's just go back to this screen. You get up and you hold your hand up to the vent, and it's cool air blowing through there. But you can hear there's definitely like a sound. And it could be the air recycler malfunctioning, but it's a kind of an echoey, mechanical sort of sound. And as you get up close to maybe get a check on the air, is it damp, is it moist? You get the vent suddenly bursts open and hands reach out to grab you. Let's pull some tokens out here.
Me and my curiosity.
All right. We're going to roll initiative again. And I'm going to put this guy right up here. All right. Let me grab everybody. And if you guys want to turn off that alert, if you find a computer console you can make a roll to try and turn that alert off. So let me roll initiative for everybody. All right. Doc, you're up first.
I have no real skills at it, but I'm going to shoot at it. I got a gun.
You have your nail gun. You can drive some nails into that thing. So go ahead and click on your weapon, and if you have like firearms or a skill, you can add to it.
Well, didn't Doc take the pistol off the dead body?
I do.
Oh,
I have a revolver.
Yeah, use your revolver. That would probably work out better.
I don't think my botany is going to help. So
No, as you fire the revolver, your shot goes wide, and this thing begins to lunge at you. You notice that there's no legs on this creature. There are just strange-looking talons and almost like crab-like legs. This thing has mutated terribly. Big Ham, you're up next.
Shoot it.
Oh, that is a failure as well. You spray the wall with pulse rifle rounds. There's bright sparks and flashes as those frangible rounds do not penetrate through to the deep dark of space, but impact the wall, leaving their kinetic energy there. Nuck, you're up. So far, your team has been unsuccessful at doing anything to this.
Yeah, I'm shooting at it too.
You have the nail gun, right?
Yes.
Excellent.
Do I get to add like industrial equipment or anything to that?
I'm going to say yes on industrial equipment because they're not designed to be used to shoot things, but you're using it in a pinch and you're well skilled with this tool.
Okay, thank you. Oh my god.
Oh, you missed it by 1.
Yeah.
So actually 2. You have to roll under 48. Very close. Toke, you're up.
I have no weapons. I can only perform I can only perform an unarmed strike, which I can do if you wish. So that's a combat, right?
Yep, and just click on unarmed strike, and
You're mechanical. You may hit pretty hard being mechanical,
or you may fail.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to see who this attacks. I'll roll a 4-sided die. And we'll go in order from left to right. That is going after Nuck. So it lunges at Nuck, and it lashes out at you with a proto claw. This black, scaly hand comes out. Ooh, that is a hit. Nuck, you are going to take damage. So you'll take 10 damage. Now you have 1 point of armor, so your armor gets destroyed. It does block off 1 of those points, so you'll take 9. That will put you at 7 health.
Okay.
And we go back to the top of the order. Doc, you're up. And, Nuck, give me a body save.
Oh, yeah. Ugh.
I'll explain what happened shortly. Doc, what have you got?
I got a missed shot to its head.
Big Ham. Oh, critical success.
Yes.
Yes. Beautiful.
About time.
30 damage.
30 points.
Do some marine things.
Yeah, what marine things do you do? And then click on that gunshot wound, because you wounded it.
Big Ham's jamming his gun right into the creature's neck as good as he can.
Oh, lethal injury. Okay, let me see how many rounds until it is dead. 4 rounds. So it is just squirting blood. So he takes +4 bleeding. So he is going to he's going to bleed 4 points of damage every round. In fact, he'll be dead before the 4 rounds are up.
For some reason, it's giving me wounds.
Oh, let me take that off of you. Okay, there. It looks like you don't have the condition on there. Perfect. Okay, got that sorted out. So he has got, he is bleeding. You see this black gout of blood just squirting out of his neck. Nuck, you're up. This thing is right next to you. You can feel that gash across your belly where he tried to rip you open.
I'm gonna go again with my nail gun. And it's a fail.
It is a fail. Toke, what have you got?
Oh. I'm struggling with this pop-out thing here. I pushed the wrong thing. There we go. Did that work?
Well, it worked, but it didn't work. it rolled, but it was a failure as well. This thing will take 4 points of damage from the bleeding. Let me mark that down. And it is, in Mothership, when bad guys take wounds, which he took one, they tend to change their behavior. And so he is actually going to make a dash for the vent. And I'm going to say that Doc and Big Ham, you have a chance to stop him before he gets into the vent, if you choose to.
Big Ham's definitely going to fire again.
Okay.
I'm going to keep out of the way while he fires.
Perfect. Big Ham, take a shot. Oh, nice. That will finish him off. You don't even need to roll the gunshot critical. Tell me how you take him out.
As he's retreating, Big Ham's running up to the vent, jamming his gun in, and shooting him right up the ass.
Nice. You see a spray of bits of blackened, almost like carapace, with stringy, dark purplish flesh attached to it, almost like some weird sort of mutated crab. Just bursts off big clumps of meat and viscous fluid splatter inside the vent. It twitches a few times before those little black legs begin to curl up like a spider that has died. Now, Nuck, now that the battle is over, you can feel your arms getting weary. It's almost like you've got some stiffness in your arms. You don't know what it is, but it's just a little stiff and tight. Maybe it's old age, you're not sure, but your arms, in fact, your back's a little sore, a little stiff in the low back as well. Do you mention this to anybody?
Yeah, I'll mention. I don't feel so good. I'm too old for this. My back is killing me. Arthritis or something.
Do you have someone check you out?
Yeah, if we have time, I don't know if we have time for you to have a look, Doc.
Well, there is a medibay on here you could go to. Sorry, you were asking something?
Oh no, it's yeah. Where's the med bay?
So life support would be the medical bay. You're right there by life support.
Yeah, I'll be like, and maybe Token Big Ham should go at least get a look in the bridge. I'm gonna drag our friend Nook here into life support to see if we can stabilize him. He still has an open wound.
There is a computer over behind life support. Can I turn off this incessant beeping?
You can. You would need to access the computer system there, and you could turn it off.
Well, then perhaps the Marine should stay with us, just to keep an eye on the door.
The entrance to life support in the hallway.
Let's go into life support.
Am I able to reload freely?
Yeah, if you want to reload now, you could.
Okay.
So life support is very clean looking, very sterile. However, it's a little hot in here. When you come in, you wouldn't expect it to be hot in here, but the temperature has somehow cranked up. You also see on the floor, on this nice clean floor, and Toke, you're probably the one that's most alarmed by this. You see that there's a body, but it's not a human. Angus 5 lies deactivated and ripped apart on the floor. Now from here there is a panel on the wall that shows the different temperature of the rooms. From here you can change the temperature in any of the rooms if you like. Let me just mark the temperature that is. If it's not marked, it's going to be just ambient normal temperature. The galley looks like it's set to cold. The science lab is set to cold. And the life support is hot. The engine room is currently cold.
I will turn down the temperature in this room.
Okay, you can easily do that. Do you set it to, as you turn it down, it won't go to an ambient temperature, but it will go to cold. And as you turn the temperature down in this room, the cool air begins to blow, and this room actually gets a little bit on the chilly side, which for a medical bay is preferable because it reduces the likelihood of bacterial growth.
It also causes vasoconstriction, and if anybody is bleeding, it will help.
And you look over and you see that Nuck is indeed bleeding. He's bleeding from his stomach. Now there is a medical kit here. If someone wants to do a first aid roll, if anyone has that skill, you can also, Duck, you could do surgery.
I'm thinking about doing surgery. I'm thinking about seeing how much of, to see if the wound that he sustained, does it look, putrefied? Does it look at any kind of, weird thing? I'm not saying this to anyone, but in my mind, I saw the mercenary soldier who seems to have shot himself, who had some, things going off over his eyes. Mm-hmm. We see a thing with only its arms, and then we see the big thing. And I'm thinking maybe the crew is turning into these things, and I don't want Nuck to do that. So if I have to cut out a little bit extra of Nuck to see if I could stop that from happening, I might do that while not mentioning anything to everyone else.
Nice. Give me a surgery roll using your intellect.
Surgery, intellect, normal.
Excellent. So you manage to stop the bleeding, and you take a few tissue samples, and as you run them, they come up as aberrant. There is some unknown pathogen that is in those tissues. And if you correlate that information with the sample taken from Sergeant Ramos, it is the same.
Is there anything visible about the tissue samples, or is my medical opinion that once it's entered the body, it just spreads?
Well, you're not sure. One thing that you do see is you see that this room being cold, the growth of whatever that pathogen is relatively slow. Now, you don't know what the baseline speed would be, but it seems to be slow in this cold area.
We gotta ice this down, my friend. See if we can't find some ice packs or something to strap to him. And then we gotta get moving.
You think I'm gonna be okay, Doc?
You'll be fine. We got the bleeding stopped. That was the primary concern.
Nuck, give me a fear roll as you see a little bead of sweat rolling down Doc's face. Yeah. He says you'll be fine. You've been told, everything's fine before, and maybe it hasn't been.
Look, how have you with the computer? Have you turned off this damn alarm?
Yeah,
can I go over there now?
Let's get into the computer room. As you get over there, the first thing you see, there is a vent in this room.
Damn it.
And give me a computer roll as you try to shut this down. I have a picture of the computer room as well. Let me get this for you.
Computer roll.
Okay, you managed to get the alert turned off, and as the quiet of the spaceship begins to settle in, all you hear are the sounds of the ventilation. me get some. There we go.
Can I pull any TV data or any
like video feed?
Video feed off of these computers?
Yes. That's gonna be hacking unless you have the captain's card, and you do see a slot in here. It says GMEP insert card. There's a little device. This is where you would turn off that tractor beam that's keeping the Silverback, your ship, attached to the ship. But you don't have that card. But this is where you would insert the card.
I have the VIP corporate key card.
Give me a hacking roll with disadvantage using the corporate card.
So, hacking disadvantage.
Yep. Oh, excellent roll. Yeah, you get a success. So you hack in and you pull up a little bit of video, and it's bits and pieces, and much of it says censored. And the computer, there's an AI system that dictates what should be censored for Tokugawa eyes only, and maybe you are not on the same level, even with a VIP card. There are things in here that you're unable to access. But what you see the Vanguard docking, and there is a brief firefight. Now, the crew of the Scorpio is small. It's a science vessel. There's a lot of scientists. There are just a very light security force. They are quickly overrun. And you see the Vanguard going room to room. There's a gunfight in the bridge. And you see something, it looks like a canister. And I've got a picture of this canister. Let me pull it up. You see a picture of this strange canister, and one of the Vanguard forces grabs one of these canisters, and he's transporting it. And you see there's this blue light on the canister, and he takes it into a hallway, and there is a blast of gunfire. It hits some of the wiring and ventilation lines running down the hallway. There's a brief flash of fire and smoke, and you see the light on the canister turn red. And then the Vanguard person sets it down, and the top opens up, and this gas pours out. And he starts to cough and choke, and within seconds he hits the ground. And then there's a redacted scene that comes across the front, for official eyes only. The next few scenes you see are people running around, coughing, vomiting, black bile and blood. And then you see the first creature. It looks like it was one of the science crew. And they have pulled off one of their legs, and they're using it to beat one of the Vanguard with it. And there are repeated scenes of just horrific violence going across the ship between the science crew, the security crew, and the Vanguard. And then you see several of those mutated creatures come together, writhing in some sort of, looks like spawning fish all writhing together to form that giant creature you saw in the engine room. And this happens in the heat of that engine room, and you see that these creatures seem to be drawn to that heat, and they have purposefully damage the coolant in there to crank the heat up so that they could grow and grow stronger. And seeing all of this, give me a fear roll if you would. And you are the only one in this room, so no one else is going to see this or be affected by it. Otherwise, if anyone else was in there that saw this, they would have disadvantage on their fear roll. But
so this is a normal fear roll for me, right?
Fear roll for you, yes. And you're really good at fear. Yeah, no problem. To you, this is something very interesting. It's kind of fun to see this. Like, oh, this is new. I'm going to file this information away. But no one else has seen this.
Okay. Can I take anything else from this room?
What do you like? What are you thinking?
Is there any other cards or like key cards on the tables?
Nothing on the tables. You do see that there's a smear of blood. Looks like maybe a palm print that's smeared along in here. But you see no key cards. There's also no bodies in here. But that blood is kind of curious.
Can I don't know. Let's see. Can I disengage the GMEP from here so I can get the new?
You would need the captain's card to do that. But
card.
This is where you would do it. So if you can find that card, you'll need to return here to do that.
Okay, so I'll just leave the room then, I guess, if that's okay.
You hear a sound as you're turning to leave the room, and you've heard this sound before. It's very, very curious. It's coming from that vent.
Ah, dang it.
What do you do?
Run.
So you bolt back into life support where Doc is just stitching up Duck.
If I can, yeah.
Yeah, give me a roll for that. That's going to be a speed roll as you try to hasten your way out of this room. And are you trying to look casual, just moving quickly, or are you running like you've been frightened by something?
Casually.
Okay, speed walking out of there. Oh yeah,
casual run.
Yep, you come strutting in. Well, I got the alarm turned off. Do you mention the videos that you saw? Or the sound in the vent?
Nope. None of their business.
Excellent. Now, let me have Nuck, since your surgery, give me a body save. Okay. So, you've had some surgery on you. It has recovered, or it has stopped the bleeding. You've not recovered any health. Your back is still really stiff and sore. But not just that. You begin to notice how your vision is getting darker. Like you're wondering, why are the lights dimming in here? There's a mirror in here. You happen to glance in it, and your pupils are now the size of your iris. You've got white and then just a big black void in your eye. Do you point this out to anybody?
No.
Now you also...
But I'm getting stressed.
Yes, you would definitely be getting stressed. I'm going to have you give... And your avatar, you've got these little welding glasses. You could put them on and try to hide this.
Yes.
I am going to have you give me a panic roll. So I think if you click on stress, it will prompt you to make a panic roll. And you're at 10. You want to get... Ooh, that is not above 10. All right. So you won't even be alive long enough to sleep, so I wouldn't even worry about this. But yeah, sleep is going to be difficult. You will get disadvantage if you try to rest and recover hit points. If you don't survive the next 2 hours, you're not going to have a chance to rest at all. Now, one other thing, and this is just specific to you, is that whenever you have to make a speed check, if it's a cold room, you're going to have disadvantage on that. And it likely won't come up, but it may. But you definitely find that this room is really almost uncomfortably cold, and your teeth begin to chatter.
Man, it's cold in here.
So this is a med bay.
Yes.
So there's various medical equipment, surgical equipment, perhaps prescription medications.
Absolutely. You could find something here. You want some drugs?
All right. Yeah. I'm going to mention, obviously we want Nook to be comfortable.
Right.
So we got the bleeding stopped, but I want to make sure that he doesn't suffer from any undue infections.
Okay.
So I would like to make sure that I inject him with the highest power anesthetic I can find.
So there is stuff in here that will knock him out if you need to. surgical anesthetics and antiseptics. There's plenty of stuff in here. It just depends kind of on the level that you want him to be functional. If you want to give him like a super high dose of antibiotic, you can. There are, you can quadruple the normal recommended dose for him. Inject it into his ass and hope that he, you tell him it'll be sore tomorrow, but this may save your life. You can also anesthetize him slightly. He's complaining about back pain and his arms hurt a little bit.
Yep. I'd like to do the antibiotic. As high doses won't kill him.
Yep.
And then also do the anesthetic. Hopefully not enough to make him pass out, but enough to get rid of the back pain, and to make him, maybe slightly groggy in case we do have to knock him out.
Yeah. Give me this will be a surgery roll with your intellect to give him these injections in the doses that will, be what you expect to happen.
Maybe they got like an icy hot back patch or something.
Oops. I might have OD'd. I might have given you a little too much.
That's going to be a body roll from Nuck as you feel this stinging burn from that injection. Oh hell!
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's not just that it's taking away some of that stiffness, but it's taking away some of your cognitive ability. You feel a little bit of a fog in your head, like you don't know what he just gave you, but you have a suspicion that it was intentional. Like he's trying to calm you down, and you. Looking at your agenda, I'll let you draw your conclusions there. Maybe what you might suspect. But it seems like he is trying to affect you adversely. What would you do?
And then while I'm doing this, I'm going to also ask Toke if you can make sure that every room in this place is as cold as possible.
Okay.
Yes.
So as you look, Toke, you pull up the computer. You see that the bridge is quite hot. It wasn't before, but it seems like when you turned the temperature down in the engine or in this room, it must have turned up the temperature in the bridge.
Can I turn that down, or do I have to go back to the computer room to do that?
You would need to go to the computer room.
Okay, I'll head back over to the computer room.
All right. As you do, you can see already black fingers protruding through that ventilation grate and tugging at the grate. You can hear the little rattle of the metal grate up above you. You're going to have to do this fast before that thing gets through.
Everything is fine. And then intellect, hacking, or computer.
You can do hacking on this one.
Okay, normal. And I'm not seeing any dice go across the board right now. Is there like a setting or like?
I see them. If you need to hit F5 and refresh your browser, and that may help.
Yeah, that's an occasional bug with Foundry. You just refresh.
Okay.
So what happens is when you turn down the temperature in the bridge, is the science lab goes up.
Okay. Can I turn the science lab down at the same time?
Yeah, as you turn the science lab down, it becomes cold in there, but now the engine room begins to heat up.
Okay, I think that is acceptable because we've closed everything inside there, and that'll allow us to travel in that direction.
Do we know which rooms?
No, so only Toke would know at this point.
Okay.
So if I come back, I can say the temperature has been turned down in the bridge and the science lab, but it won't allow me to turn it down in the engine room.
Are you sure that's safe? Might that power up that giant creature down there?
That is a possibility. But in order to continue to move forward, I think we should draw the monsters back there so that they don't keep coming in front of us. Hopefully the warmth back there will draw them through the vents back to that engine room that we've closed off.
They seem to be pretty easy to shoot anyway. Let's go.
Says the only one that actually hit them with anything.
That is true. Let's find Kate or Kate's card.
Yeah, I have a good feeling Kate's not here anymore.
I think at the bridge we can find hopefully that captain's key card or the pass so that we can disengage that nuclear warhead that's cooking on the side of that's docked to the side of this boat.
All right, let's go to the bridge. The bridge shows signs of a struggle. Now, Toke, you've seen this on the video. No one else has. There are bullet holes, there's blood, there's bodies scattered about the room. You see an open gas container lying on the floor. This container is cylindrical, about 20 inches by 8 inches. For those that use metric, it's 50 centimeters by 20 centimeters. And it looks heavy. There are markings on the side that indicate that a high temperature or a normal temperature equals open, and this is clearly open. There's a trail of black spores leading away from the container onto the floor, where it ends in a group of bodies that have been mutated in some way. This looks like a security team, and you do see on the floor, you see a stun baton in one of their hands, and you see the canister that is open has the red light visible. Now, coming in and seeing all these bodies, and the room is quite cold, Nuck, the cold it's uncomfortable for you, and you're feeling a little groggy. You don't like that. You don't like how you're feeling. Your back's feeling a little better, but you're a little agitated. And Toke, standing next to Nuck, you can see that Nuck is a little agitated, and you are here as part of Tokugawa. You're here to ensure that the Tokugawa employees are properly maintained, much as you are maintained and serviced. They should be maintained and serviced as well. And it looks as though he's having some sort of malfunction. Now, seeing these bodies here on the floor, Big Ham, you've seen bloodshed and battle before. These are gunshots. There's been a firefight in here.
Am I allowed to pick up the stun baton?
Absolutely.
I think I'm going to pick that up.
I know enough to know red lights are bad.
Yeah, red lights are generally not good.
And there's a good chance that if anyone's alive, they're potentially going to be out to hurt us.
Now, let me roll a 10-sided die. Okay. I'm going to take us to this map just to make it easy. We've got our tokens here. In the corner of the room, you can see something is stirring, and they don't seem to have noticed you. You see two of those creatures. At first they looked like they were dead, but they are moving, albeit very slowly.
Is it my turn first?
Well, whoever wants to act, if you want to get into combat, I'll take us there, but what would Toke do, seeing these things?
Did I pick up that stun baton?
You did. Let me make sure it's on your character sheet. It is... No, it is not. Let me drop it on there. There we go. Now you have the stun baton equipped.
Okay. While they're in a more docile state because it's so cold. Oh man, I wonder if I should just pick. Do we need to retrieve the canister?
This canister is expended. No, it's red. We should find the green one if we can, but the card is the priority.
Okay. To move forward, then I'll go and while these are docile and stunned or like cold, I'm gonna try and take one out. I'll go whack it, I guess.
Okay, let me take us all into initiative. And let me do speed rolls for everybody. I'm going to adjust these a little bit to reflect this. And let me put this guy down towards the bottom. And this one. Okay. Toke, you are up first.
So I can do a combat roll, right?
Yep.
So and normal.
Yep.
Jeez.
That is a failure. No, but you get up close, and as you go to stun, and in future, just click on your stun baton rather than on your combat.
Okay.
A miss is still a miss. You go up, and do you try and swing it at them? Do you stab them with it? It's got a little shocking tip on the end.
Yeah, I was gonna stab it. I thought it was like a cattle prod kind of a thing.
Yeah, exactly. You go up and go to strike them, and as you get close, it senses you and just moves slightly out of your way, and you're almost fascinated watching this thing. Doc, you see Toke go up with this stun baton going after these two strange crawling creatures. What do you do?
I will shoot wildly in the direction of the one he tried to stun.
If you get a critical failure, you hit Toke. In fact, I'm going to move Toke up close to these things. Oh, that is a failure, but not a critical one. As you shoot wildly, the sounds of gunfire will alert Nuck and Big Ham. You turn and you see what's happening. Nuck, you're up first.
Okay, I'm going to shoot with my nail gun.
Okay. Ooh, nice. That is a hit. 4 points of damage. Let me give him 4. That is not a wound, but he does take the damage. Excellent. And then Big Ham.
I'm going to shoot with a pulse rifle here.
Okay. You shooting at this one? This is the one that just got hit.
Yep. Focus that one down.
Gunfire arcs through. Not much happens. The one right next to Toke will lash out with its protoclaw. And it tries to take your leg off at the knee joint. And that's a hit. So you'll take 1 point of damage. However, do you have armor? I think no, you do not. So you will take 1. So I'll mark that down on your character sheets. You're down to 10 hit points. And the other one, I'm going to roll a 4-sided die. 1 is Toke, 2 is Big Ham, and so on, going from left to right. Going after Nuck. It's almost like it wanted to go after Nuck. Interesting. And as it lunges at you, if it hits, it's not going to do damage.
Oh.
We'll see what it does. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. Critical success. It does not do damage. It grabs you. And when it grabs you, you're going to give me a body save. Otherwise, it's going to drag you out of this room.
Fingers crossed. Oh, I might have made it.
Okay, it's grappling you. It tried to pull you off your feet and drag you, but you managed to fight it and stay on your feet. We go to the next round. Toke, you're up.
Help!
And I come back and attack this one, the one that's trying to grapple with Nuck.
You sure can.
Okay, I'm gonna do that with my stun baton again. Come on.
That is also a failure, and your stress is beginning to climb. Doc, your turn. A narrow miss with the revolver. Nuck, you are being grabbed and attempted to be dragged.
Clearly, Vanguard's equipment is crap.
While I'm grappled, am I able to shoot at it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So I am going to take a shot. Oh.
Critical success. 5 damage. That is not a wound, but if you want, you can get ungrappled. You can kind of step away from it. He takes
as far away as possible.
Yeah, he takes the hit and you back up a few steps. Big Ham, you have an open shot at this one if you want to take it.
Big Ham's definitely shifting priorities to attack this closer one.
Oh, man. No. All right. This one is going to lunge after Toke again. And Toke, it comes at you with its Proto Claw. And that's a miss. As it rakes across you, your systems sense the contact and potential damage, but its claws cannot penetrate through the stiff titanium armor on the back of your body. This second one, I'll roll to see who it goes after. 1 is Big Ham, 2 is Nuck, and 3 is Doc. It wants Nuck. What can I say?
Brutal.
Get away!
It drags a claw right down your back.
Woo.
And misses. So it rolled a 60. A 59 or lower would have been a success. So missed by 1. And we go back to Toke. You've got one right behind you that is clawing at you, and you have sensitive wires in the back, and you've got access ports and everything back there. It would be terrible if he were to get in there and start stripping wires out.
Yeah, I'll stun baton the one right behind me, that's close behind me.
Oh, that's a hit. So he needs to make a body save. Let me roll that for him. That is this one. No, he is stunned for 1 round.
Get freaking tased, bro.
He will take 2 damage as well. And you see him shudder and jolt, and then he falls to the ground. Doc, your turn.
Gotta shoot the one going after our guy, Nuck.
Perfect.
Terrible
shot.
weapons.
Yeah, these are Timu Tokugawa weapons here. Nuck, what do you got?
My trusty nail gun.
Oh, that's going to be damage. Look at that. 3 damage.
Another little 3.
Excellent. And Big Ham.
Damage is damage.
Damage is damage. It all counts in the end. What you got, Big Ham?
We're gonna fire at him again. That closer one. Oof. Jeez.
No. Now this one is stunned. He will not act, but this one will. Who does he go after? Is it still going to be... Oh no, he goes after Doc. So struggling with Nuck, he finally turns and rakes a claw across Doc. And goes for the groin and hits. 6 points of groin damage. Now you do have 3 points of armor, so you'll take 3 damage and then your armor gets destroyed. So let me unequip your armor. Your vac suit. There we go. Which you're getting alerts in your vac suit that there's been a breach, that air is going in and out, and your radiation protection is less than you had hoped. Toke, you're up.
Stun baton this close one again, or this.
Yeah, the one that just stunned. Or the other one, this one here.
Yeah, this one.
Oof. No. The 36 would have missed as well, but that was close. Doc, you're up.
Surely these weapons must shoot sometime.
That one shot. There we go. 4 damage. Oh, he is almost down to taking a wound. All right, Nuck, you're up next.
Okay. Pull out the nail gun. 1 damage.
Okay, ooh, better than nothing. And then Big Ham, you're up for the last of the home team.
Big Ham's starting to get a little pissed off. He's going to walk a little bit closer and fire at him.
Get him, Big Ham.
Point blank.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Okay, click on the gunshot wound. Nice. +2 bleeding, so he takes 19. So that will put him at 8. And he takes a wound. Excellent. And he's got bleeding 2. This one gets up from being stunned, and he's going to go after Toke. And he is pulling at those wires. He wants to get in there. Ooh, that's a hit. So, Toke, you're going to take 3 damage, and you do not have armor. Down to 7 hit points. And this other one that took the wound, he's going to change what he does. And he is going to make a dash for the room at the end of the hall. Looking back at that map, he is going to the science lab. Let's go. He's not quite there. He's in the doorway of the science lab, so he'll be available to someone to take a shot. Toke, you're up next.
I will try and stun the one that just ripped out my wires,
Okay.
I guess.
Critical success. All right, let me give him a body save, and he'll take 5 damage. That'll put him at 9. No, he is stunned for another round. And he hits the ground just twitching. Doc, you're up. We've got one just about to leave the room and one down on the ground near Toke, writhing in agony.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like I'm out of shots, so I'm going to have to reload.
Yep, so you can use your turn to reload. Nuck, you're up.
I guess I'll shoot at the one running away.
Okay.
Let's see if... Nope.
Nope.
It's a miss.
Big Ham.
Big Ham will he'll shoot at the one that's writhing on the ground.
Okay. Ooh.
Nice.
That will be a wound. Go ahead and click on the
Shot.
shot. Gunshot wound to the neck. Nice. Okay, that's a wound for him. And that one is stunned. He will do nothing. This one will... he will make it into the other room. Toke, you're up.
I guess I'll try and stun baton this one that's on the ground again.
Okay.
Add insult to injury.
No.
Dang
Doc, you're up.
I don't know if it's gonna. Let me see if this works. I guess I'm just out of ammo with this particular revolver.
Yeah, so you didn't have any extra ammo in there. That was the one that you picked up from from Sergeant Ramos.
So I'm gonna move up, and I'm gonna try and rake the stunned dude with my scalpel.
Nice.
Using my surgery, can I try to maximize that damage?
Yeah, you know exactly where to hit. Go ahead and do that. Oh, yes indeed. 4 damage. Excellent. He's got 5 hit points remaining. Nuck, you're up.
Move around a bit so I don't hit my friends and take a nail gun shot.
Ooh.
Oh,
2 damage. He's got 3 hit points left. Get him back up here. Big Ham.
Reload.
Okay, reload. This guy is no longer stunned. He is going to swipe. 1 is going to be Toke, 2 is going to be Doc. Goes after Doc. And he reaches out with his Protoclaw. Oh, critical success. Okay, give me a body save, Doc. Okay, here's what happens. He punches a hand up into your ribs and actually pushes his long, sharp fingers in between your 9th and 10th rib on your left side. Your spleen is right near there. As that punches in, he curls his fingers in, grabbing that rib, and drags you. And he pulls you very sharply the way that the other one crawled. I'm going to we're going to end the encounter here, and we've got this crawler and Doc. You have been dragged into the room just north of this one. Let's go back to the map. So I'm going to put Doc. You're up here in the science lab. And Doc, as you're being dragged, besides the pain, the immense pain of that, you can feel almost immediately a stiffness in your back. And there is an alert that goes on saying 59 minutes and 41 seconds until core meltdown. Half of your time has elapsed. What does the other 3, what do you do? You've got the science lab, the galley, the escape pods. Your friend has just been dragged into the science lab by a couple of creatures. Where do you go? You haven't searched the bodies. The body of Captain Kate could be in here.
yeah, we should search the bodies. We need to find
Ham,
the key
yeah.
card from Kate.
We'll do search of the bodies real quick.
Poor Doc. He had a good run, I guess. As you are all searching the bodies, you can hear screams coming from the science lab. Doc, you are engaged in hand-to-hand combat with 2 of these creatures, albeit badly wounded. These things are relatively wounded, but you're engaged in combat with them. Your pistol is out of rounds. If you want to make a combat roll, you can.
What I would like to do is try to fall back to the door and see if I can't seal the door.
Seal yourself in there?
Yep.
Okay. Give me a strength roll to break free from this grip on that rib. Yes. By 1 point. You needed a 39 or lower. You got it. So you managed to wrench that hand out of there, and you feel the rib break as the hand comes out. But you get it free, and you get over to the door, and you're going to punch in the override for the door. I mean, it's easy to shut it, but do you want to try and lock it or just get it shut?
Lock it.
Lock it, okay. Give me a roll for that. If you've got... let me see what skills you have. Nope, none of these skills.
Yeah.
It's going to be an intellect
No.
roll.
What's he doing?
You got it. You got the door locked. Now, you also notice there's a vent in this room. And as that door slides shut, I want you to give me a fear save, Doc. You have just trapped yourself in here with two strange creatures, but you've potentially just saved the lives of the rest of your team.
My fear save sucks. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's your worst. Wow, 18.
Yeah. I was going to say, I will make a plea to be able to use my pathology check, knowing that the study of causes and effects of diseases. I think I know what's going to happen to me.
Absolutely.
So,
I love it. Absolutely. Oh, no. All right. Give me a panic roll. Click on stress. No. Again, nightmares. Again, you'll probably not be alive long enough for that. You notice that your vision is starting to get dark, and there is light on here in the science lab. In fact, I've got a picture of the science lab. Let me post a picture of that. There is light in here, but it seems to be fading somewhat. This is going to be awesome. Okay, so here's the science lab. Now, again, only you see this. It's cold in here. There's standard lab equipment. There are jars with mutated life forms. It's very messy in here. Whomever was in here, the science team, they left in a hurry. There is one very large and heavy sealed container, one of those gas canisters, but this one has a bright blue light on it. There are a couple of other sockets here where this canister is plugged in. Looks like there's two empty spots. Now, you've seen one of the other canisters just in the last room, but there's one that you haven't found yet. So if there were three canisters, you've got one here that looks like it's viable. One has been wasted because it's been opened. You don't know where the third one is. That's what you see here in the science room. Now, those two creatures, as you shut that door, they are going to attack you. Let me roll these attacks, and then we'll get back to everyone else. First attack comes in. And that's a miss. You dodge to the side, and the claws rake down the door that you had just shut. The second one comes in, and that is a hit. You will take 7 points of damage. And I think, yep, that's going to be a wound. Let me see if I've got the... Okay. And let me roll on the wound table. This is under charts and tables, wounds. This is going to be a bleeding roll. Let me roll a 10-sided die. One. So there is lots of blood. You will gain 1 stress. So I'm going to bump your stress up to 11. You've taken a wound. You've got 10 hit points, and that's all you've got left. Okay, let's go back to the others. So Big Ham, Nuck, and Toke. You can hear the sounds of fighting and shouting going on in the science lab just ahead. Looking around here, you see an awful lot of bodies, but none are wearing the insignia of captain. You roll over a few. Most are male. There's one or two females, but again, no insignia indicating Captain Kate. You don't see a card in here as well, and yet you still hear Doc in there in Mortal Kombat.
Big Ham is starting to feel a little guilty. He's never left a fellow Marine behind, and even though he's really not committed to the company, he wants to at least see what he can do, or maybe even put him out of his misery.
Ooh.
Well, I'm pretty sure he was part of this whole thing. I caught him looking at some stuff that sort of indicated he was working on some kind of experiment that might have had something to do with this whole thing. I think he might have been part of this whole operation that led to all this. So
he caused this?
So Nuck, you have no qualms about letting Doc get killed. Then is that correct?
Um, uh,
Maybe a little
Not
suspicious.
really. Yeah, I'm a little suspicious of him. I kind of am blaming him for part of it.
Now there may be some truth to that. Doc would know, but we'll get to that in a moment. What about Toke? What do you think about this? You don't find Captain Kate. There's still the galley and the escape pods and the science lab. But science lab, there's something horrible going on in there.
I do believe that we should go help him as well now that our primary objective of finding that key card is no longer viable in this room. So, since he locked the door, can I go up there and unlock the door?
It will
Or
take a hacking roll to get that door open.
okay, so easy peasy, intellect, hacking. This is my thing.
Oh, a critical success. Yes, the door opens, and as it opens, Doc, do you have your back up to the door? Were you barring them from getting out?
Actually, I was trying to get to the vent to block that too.
Oh, nice. So when the door opens, the Doc is not there. You see him over here by this vent, and these other two creatures are just clawing at him, trying to rip into him as
I
the
was going
door
to jam
opens.
myself in the vent.
Give me, Doc. Give me a strength roll.
Running back to roll strength.
Yeah, you can get up and into that vent. In fact, you crawl about halfway in. So, Toke, as the door opens, you see the back half of Doc, his legs and feet, coming out of this vent as he's pulled himself up into there. Big Ham and
So I have no idea they came in.
no, yeah, you would be unaware.
Okay.
Toke, you open the door. What about Big Ham and Nuck? What do the two of you do?
Big Ham would be a little bit behind Toke, ready for things to come running out.
Now you see these two creatures in here with. In fact, you just see the back half of Doc hanging out of the vent, but you see those two creatures. You're more than welcome to take a shot.
Yep, that's what I'll do. Let's see.
Oh, that is a fail. And some of those bullets hit those glass jars in here that are filled with specimens, and there's a spray of juice as these things just slough out of the jars onto the floor. And some of them are moving; they're quivering in here. And you see that canister as well with that big red light glowing on there. What about Nuck? What does Nuck do?
I'm going into the gallery. I'm looking for Kate and that key card.
Okay, I'm going to explain what happens in the galley here. So, first thing when you go in, you see there's a vent in here, but there's a little more. So as you go into the galley, let me pull this up. This place is cold. So this is birthing quarters. This is where they have their meals. There's crew lockers. The entrance to this is sealed off with construction plastic to conserve cold. It is almost like a freezer in here, and there's been this plastic sheeting that has been draped over the hallway and the door to keep the cold in. And as you walk in, you see someone, and he ducks his head around the corner and says, "Are you Vanguard?"
No? Who are you?
"Are you alone?"
Yes, right now, yes.
I am going to whisper a message to you because you'd be the only one that can hear this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back to the others. Let's get back to Doc. So you're halfway out of this vent. Now, you can continue to pull yourself into the vent if you like. What do you do?
Yeah, my whole intent was to try to get into the vent. I feel with all the schnitzel I eat, I might be a little bit bigger than everybody else. I'm just trying to be able to block it, so it would be difficult for them to get out. And I'm trying to get a little bit away from them, so like my legs aren't easy targets.
Okay, so
They couldn't pull me out.
So you could go ahead and pull your legs in. Give me another strength roll with advantage. If you fail, you will still succeed. Yeah, you still succeed, but your legs are exposed for just a brief moment for them to attack you. But you managed to pull yourself into that vent. So you are now kind of just inside the vent, and from here you can see it branches off all in different directions. Most of them head south. That looks like there's a vent just over here. It looks like vents go north, south, east, and west, all over the place. Now these creatures are going to lash out at you again. And that one misses. And the second one will attack and misses as wow. Lucky day.
Of course, because as captain, I know my well-disciplined crew will know that if I lock myself in, it is for a reason, and I am protecting them. So I am now just going to try to get into middle of the vent to block, to keep them from getting to anywhere else, and keep them safe. Bad creatures in science lab.
Perfect.
Luckily, my crew is smart, and they are on their way to escape.
Toke and Big Ham, you are looking into the science lab. You see Doc pull his legs up in, probably relieved, thinking he's just saved the crew. You see those two creatures. Toke, what would you do?
Can I retrieve that canister?
Yes, you can. Now, the canister, it's heavy. You can pick it up. To move around with it, you need to make a strength roll. Otherwise,
Okay.
It takes two people to carry one of these.
Okay. So I click on strength and then normal.
Yep. Ooh.
Rolls.
No, it is very heavy, and as you go to pick it up, you know that you don't want to damage this. And you look at Big Ham like, I cannot do this myself.
Isn't this a used canister?
No, this is the new one with the blue light on.
Yeah, this one's good.
It does have blue. Okay, for some reason I heard red. All right, I'll hurry up and grab that as well, and we'll make a beeline for the door.
1 second. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm just sending a message. Whispering a quiet message here. So the two of you grab the canister and head off with it?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Get this. As you get out, do you shut the door?
Yes, and can I lock that again, or?
Yeah, give me a hacking roll to override that so it can't be opened from the inside. Oh, nice. Yeah, easily done. You two have a canister. Let's go to the galley. Nuck, you're in the galley, and you've just met someone. And I'm going to put him on here. And he introduces himself as Alex Young. He says, I'm a member of the science team here on board the Scorpio. And I think I'm the only survivor. You got to get us out of here.
Come with me. I'll introduce you to the rest of the crew.
Is it safe to go out there?
I believe so.
Is this a rescue mission? Is that why you're here?
That's what I thought. I'm not entirely sure what's going on anymore, but I think I'm your only chance on getting out of here alive. This whole place is going down.
Doc, give me a roll. This is gonna be a sanity roll.
Nope.
Okay. Excellent. Let's go back here. We've got.
Oh, I was gonna ask
Oh yeah.
Alex. Uh, have you seen Kate? Do you know who Kate is? Have you seen?
Yeah, Captain.
Yeah.
I saw her run towards the escape pods. I don't know if she made it out alive. I heard a pod jettison. I think there's only one left. Look.
We need her key card to be able to disconnect our ship to be able to get out of here.
She's probably there. It's the only place I can think. But
Okay, let's go have a look.
And then he stops. Wait. Who are these others? And he comes out and introduces himself to Toke and Big Ham. Says, my name's Alex Young. I'm a member of the science team here on the Scorpio. We'd found this weird gas. We got to get it out of here. This stuff is incredibly valuable. I know that the corporation wants it. The ship might blow. We got to save it. And then he sees the canister that the two of you are carrying. That's it. Look, get me on an escape pod with that. Let's get the gas out of here. You guys work on saving the ship. This is the mission. It's the gas.
The mission is for us to retrieve the gas, not you.
Our mission briefing specifically stated that we were the ones to transport it from SETI 281 to Delta 7.
Look, there's room for 2 people in the pod. I could go with someone.
Yeah,
Nuck.
I can go with them.
Yeah. Do you want to go with me?
Nobody needs to go. We can jettison the material by itself.
It's got to be kept cold. What if something happens? You need someone in there to keep it cold. If that thing gets hot, the canister opens. It's a really shitty design, I admit, but it's the best we have.
If it needs to be cold, we can just puncture the escape pod.
No. You don't understand. Lives have been lost for this canister. This has to make it back to the corporation.
My question, Alex, is how were you the only survivor with the bloodbath that happened out in this hallway?
Look, I hid, okay? I'm a coward. What can I say? I heard Vanguard approach, and I ran in here, and I hid. And it got really quiet, and I saw these things out there that used to be part of my crew, and, well, they don't like the cold, so I locked myself here in the galley, put up this sheeting to keep it cold. They don't come in here when it's cold.
The whole job was
trust you.
The whole job was to get the cargo and Scorpio, the people from Scorpio, and get them out of here. So I say we just put it on the escape pod and get out of here. We don't even know how long where Kate is.
Let's go look in the escape pod room and see if Kate left her key card over there so that we can take our ship as well. I think that's
Does Doc hear any of this through the vents?
So that's what I had you make the sanity roll for, to see what you heard. And so you did not hear the first part of the conversation, but you probably hear some raised voices, because Alex is getting pretty adamant that, like, I need to get out of here. Like, I really need, he's a coward. He wants to survive. I'm not cut out for fighting stuff. Just get me out of here.
But have I heard of anything about the cold keeps them out? Or no?
I think so. I think you would have been able to deduce that
Okay.
the cold.
Because if I think,
Yeah.
if I think it's colder through the vents towards the galley, I would try to get into the galley. If I think the things will come through this vent, I'll block the vent. But if I think the cold might keep them out, I would try to move through the galley.
So you're about halfway between the science lab and the galley, and you can look down towards your feet and see into the science lab, and you see one of those things beginning to climb up into the vent. Now you've got a scramble of maybe 20 or 30 feet to get to the galley. That's going to be your nearest exit, or you can take the vent down midships towards like that vent near life support or down into the engine room. But this thing's going to be in hot pursuit. You could go out into the galley, and there's a chance the cold does keep them at bay.
Yeah, I think I would head towards the cold.
Okay. Give me a strength roll as you move towards the galley. Now, I am not seeing your dice. Are you set on?
It was a critical fail.
Are you set on blind rolls or self rolls?
Uh, oh, it might be. Where's global or public? It might have switched on me. Yeah, it's a 44, so it was a critical fail.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're scrabbling to get there. Critical fail. Give me a panic roll.
Many schnitzels.
There, I saw it. Yeah, you get wedged in there, deflated. You let off gas, I guess. So whenever a close crew member fails a save, so this is your crew. You're leading them, and you begin to worry about them. I mean, you feel like I've trapped them. You know, these creatures in here, but now they're coming after me. If they get out of this vent, they're going to take out the crew, and the mission comes first. And so as you begin to scrabble along, you think, if I just break out of there, maybe they don't follow me, but what if they do? And that makes you begin to feel a little deflated, like, do I need to make my last stand here in this vent where I can hardly move? And if you had your revolver, that's one thing, but now you're in this, you can't even sit up, and the best you can do is probably kick at these things. So you scramble forward a little bit, but not enough yet to get out of the vent. Now the good news is that these things can only come at you one at a time, and one of them is going to try and rake its claws out toward your leg. Oh hell, that's a big hit. Okay, 6 points of damage. Oh, you're down to 4 hit points. Okay. You guys can all hear the sounds of fighting coming from the vents. Maybe you don't know it's fighting. It sounds like there's something big in the vents, kind of lumbering towards you, towards the galley. And Alex turns to the galley, his eyes wide, and says, "Oh, no. They're coming in." It's like, "Look, we gotta go."
Let's search the escape pods for a key card.
As you head to the escape pods, pull up a picture. There are 2 pods. One has been jettisoned. You see the body of a woman lying face down on the deck. There is a huge spatter of blood and a small entrance wound from a gun in her back, and a huge pool of congealed blood all around her. Her hair is matted with blood. She died violently, and she was near the escape pod that had been jettisoned. Do you roll her over?
Yeah. Somebody
Yes.
shot her.
Need to find that key card.
As you roll her over, she's covered in gore. The exit wound is big enough you could put your fist in it. And I'm going to have the 3 of you, Nuck, Toke, and Big Ham, you're going to give me a fear save. Now, with your fear save, there's an issue with the... Oh, critical fail. there's an issue with. Oh, it doesn't matter. So yep, you both failed. So with the and Toke, you're fine. It's like this is fascinating. But the other two, no. This is grim. Toke, you roll her over, and Big Ham. This was a shot at close range in her back. This was not a fighting wound. This was a killing wound to prevent her from getting into that pod. And Nuck, when you see this, give me a body save.
Okay, do I have to make a panic check too for the critical?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
You're good. That's, the best that could have happened was that.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah, your back. The pain is still a little bit there. It's kind of numb from that injection. Your vision's a little blurry. You're feeling a little nauseous seeing this, and you know, blood's not your thing, but you've seen bodies on this ship, but this one just gets to you. And you can see she has a key card, and it's tucked into a kind of a breast pocket. You can see it poking out, and it's covered in blood. But you can see the word Kate, and then a W, and then a piece of rib and a little bit of meat kind of covers the last of her name. But this looks like Captain Kate Walker.
Grab the key card.
You've got the card. So we've got Alex, Nuck, Toke, and Big Ham. Nuck, you've got the key card. This is the way to unlock your ship. It needs to be done in the computer room. Alex is looking at that other escape pod, and he looks at Nuck and says, look, now you guys can get your ship undocked. Let me get out of here with this. You guys go release the ship, then come pick me up. We'll rendezvous a few clicks from here.
No, we send Toke with it if anybody goes.
I can go with Toke. I can go with Toke. Sure, says Alex. Toke, you and me. You got it?
Just Toke.
Just Toke?
It takes two people to carry this canister, but it was our job to take this. That was our full mission at the beginning.
Look, I'm one of the scientists on the ship. I know how this thing works. You definitely want me to go with it. Toke, you're more than welcome to come. I trust you. I think you're going to be able to help us out here.
I see a captain that was shot in the back and only one surviving crew member who wants to travel alone with the valuables.
Not alone. Not alone. I'll take one of you with me. I'll take Toke or Nuck. Or...
The robot's more than capable of maintaining a cold atmosphere alone.
I don't know. This is... You don't know what the stakes are here.
This does sound acceptable to me.
Yeah, it works for me. Let's just go get our ship and get the hell out of here. Because this thing's going to blow soon.
Yeah, in fact, there's 28 minutes left before the ship melts down. So me and Toke, right?
Sure, whatever you want. I'm fine with that. Let's just go. Do we need Toke though to use the computer with the card or can I do that with to undock our ship?
Just insert the card. That's all you got to do. Put in the card. There's no password, no override. Put it in. There's a button. Just click and just turn off the GMEP, and you can get out of here. It's easy as that.
Big Ham's gonna help Toke carry the capsule in there.
As you take the capsule in, there's another body in here, and they're kind of curled up in a ball, covered in blood. And Alex is like, "Oh, it's one of my science team." Just
Big Ham's gonna raise his weapon at Alex and tell him to get out.
what are you doing? Look,
Toke only.
there's no time.
Big Ham got his finger on the trigger. get out alive or
What are you
go
doing?
in the pod while you're dead?
And
Your choice.
Alex takes a step forward. He's got 1 foot in the pod and 1 foot out. He's like, "You're making a mistake if something happens to this."
Big Ham's gonna grab his shirt and pull him out and tell Toke to jettison himself.
You're gonna murder one of the only people that knows what this stuff even is?
I don't care what it is. It's my job to get it out, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Toke, look, what do you know about bioengineering? What do you know about microbiology? Look, you're a service droid. You help out with cooking and cleaning. Am I right? You make the beds, you make the food. You know your way around the computer, but do you know your way around biologics? You're not even a biologic. You guys are making a huge mistake. I don't feel like getting shot. But I'm just telling you, you're making a big mistake.
Would I have had a chance to fall out of the galley vent yet?
Yeah, so you've got that thing on you. So let's jump back to you. You can either kick at that thing to get it off of you, or you can force your way out of the galley vent. What's your choice?
At the moment, I just want to force my way out of the galley vent.
Okay, give me a strength roll. And you can add an advantage to this, because you're close and you can hear your crew talking. There we go. With advantage, you pull yourself through the vent and you clatter into that cold chamber. And the creature comes to the edge of the vent, but it will not enter the room. It seems to back away as though it does not like that intense cold in that room. And it scampers back down the vent. Now you hit the ground. You're sitting on 4 hit points. You are badly wounded. And you can crawl towards the hallway. You can see through the bridge, through to the escape pod. You can see your crew arguing with another person in a white coat. Looks like one of the USS Scorpio scientist, part of the crew. And you see that canister that you saw in the science lab with that blue light, and they're in there near the escape pods. What do you do?
I'm going to drag myself towards them.
As you drag yourself towards them, Alex sees you. First, he thinks you're one of the bad things. He says, "Oh, no, look." And he says, "Hey, is that one of your crew? Is that your captain? Does anyone else know how to fly this plane or fly this ship to get us out of here?"
Yeah, that's our captain.
Look, I'm not good with medical stuff. We've got life support here on the ship. He looks hurt.
I will
Big
take.
Ham's not taking the bait.
I will take the canister and leave, and you guys can work on taking care of Doc and healing him at the life support station.
Why are you so insistent on leaving with the canister?
Because Tokugawa interests are my primary concern.
And if I can, I just scream across there, Toke, eject.
Big
Yes.
Ham's gonna make sure he pulls Alex out.
You pull Alex out. Toke, you take the pod.
I'm
take the
pulling
pod and
Toke out.
You pull
Who's
out.
pulling Toke out?
I'm pulling Toke out, or I'm pushing Alex in, whichever's easier for me to do.
Give me a strength roll. Pushing Alex in would be easier. Critical success. He wants to be in there. You can push him in. The canister has been moved in there.
Wait, when did he get the canister?
I thought you guys said like you went in there
Yeah,
with
we
the canister,
carried
and
it
then
in.
Big Ham pulled him out. You push him in. He's in there with the canister. Toke, you're right by the door. Big Ham, what do you do before Alex potentially closes and jettisons the escape pod?
He's gonna shoot at Alex.
Do I get to use my stun baton as well?
Yes, I'm going to give you both disadvantage because he's trying to get that escape pod door shut in a hurry.
So I click stun baton with disadvantage.
Yep. Failure. Oh. Shots. Well, you rolled. You needed a 58 or lower, and you got a 59 on your pulse rifle. Shots ring out through there, and you see Alex slam his hand on the door, and the door slams shut. But there's a little vent, and he's looking, and he gives you guys a thumbs up, and he kind of mouths, "Come get me." And he punches in a couple of command words, and you can hear the pod beginning to warm up to jettison. You've got 21 minutes left before meltdown. His pod kicks off into the darkness of space, and you see as it leaves, it begins to just slowly rotate very gently. And he gets on the comm and radios back, "Can you hear me? Come get me, quick!"
Okay, let's hurry back down to the computer room then.
So let me move Alex off of here. Now, of course, there is a vent here. You can take the vent down to the computer room, or you can go through the bridge, through life support, and into the computer room. The vent would be faster, but you know these things have been using the vents.
And who has the key card? Again?
Nuck has the key card.
Nuck.
Okay. Say we just follow through the hallways that we've already cleared.
Yeah, let's just go get our ship and get the hell out of here.
All right, let me roll a dice.
Wait, I thought Toke was on the escape pod with him.
No, Toke got off.
Oh, okay.
Unless, well, no, Toke, were you in there?
I was, but I thought I got.
No, you didn't get pulled out. So that's right. You pushed Alex in because you said you could do either or. So Toke, you are technically on the escape pod.
Okay.
Let's move you over. Now, as you go down that hallway, you hear a sound, and it's a strange scraping sort of sound, and then a loud bang from down here.
Oh, brother.
And as you go near this vent, you can hear things chittering and moving through the vents. Do you go into life support?
Stop by life support real quick for Doc.
All right, you go into life support. Now, I don't think Toke told anyone, but there was one of those things in the computer room.
Nope.
As you make it into the computer room, it will lunge and attack. The computer room is not cold. This thing is
I don't know if we were going in the computer room. Were we?
That's where you have to disengage your ship, is the computer room.
Oh, all right.
So if you want to do that, that's where it would be done. So let's roll initiative on here. Let's see. There we go.
When I went through life support, I would look for any stim packs.
There are none. It looks like the stim packs had been used by much of the crew. The crawler will go first, and the crawler, let me roll a d3 to see who he attacks. Let's get some combat music up here. And 18 minutes left. This is going to be close. So 1 is Nuck, 2 is Big Ham, 3 is Doc. Goes after Nuck.
Oh dear.
And Nuck, as he comes in with a claw. Oh, that is a hit. You take 3 damage to Nuck, and then next Nuck, it's your turn.
Okay, yeah, I will just do the railgun.
Oh, a critical failure. Make a panic check.
Jeez.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, the in fact, maybe your gun it jams, That's your critical fail. It's going to take you a round to unjam that. Big Ham, you can see Nuck is fighting with one of these things.
Big Ham is going to take a shot at it.
No. Doc, your turn. Doc with the scalpel for 4 damage. We go back to the crawler.
Ooh.
One is Nuck, 2 is Big Ham, goes after Nuck. Oh. 6 points. You take a wound, Nuck. And you are down to 14 total hit points. And then you are dead. Nuck, it's your turn. Actually, let me roll the wound for you and see what your wound is. You can go ahead and do what you're going to do, Nuck. Ooh, that's not a good one.
I didn't think I was going to make it out.
Oh, it says you drop a held item, so you actually would drop your nail gun.
Oh, that's right. It was jammed anyway.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to make that shot.
But now on your turn, you could pick it up and unjam it.
Okay.
Big Ham.
Take a shot.
Oh, that is a fail.
Jeez.
Doc, your turn. No.
No good.
All right, he's going to attack again. 1 is Nuck, 2 is Antares, 3 is Vice. He goes after Doc. Is this the end of Doc? Oh, shoot. Oh. Doc, you take 9. Doc, how do you die?
That takes me out.
Yep, how do you die?
Trying to drag the thing away from where they could use the key card.
Oh, I love it. Perfect. So, in fact, as it drives a claw right into your abdomen, and it reaches in and grabs your spine from the inside, and you put your hands around it and twist it away as you feel your entrails spill out around you. That exposes the computer console, and as you hear Doc crying out, "Get to the chopper," or something like that, Nuck, you've got the key card in hand. The computer's right there. You don't even need to make a roll. You can just stick it in.
I'm going to stick it in and cross my fingers.
You stick it in, and you hear GMEP deactivated. All ships are free to undock.
Man.
Big Ham. There are 13 minutes and 50 seconds left.
Can Big Ham reload as he moves?
Yes. Yep. Give me a speed roll to be able to do that. If you fail, you'll still succeed, but you're going to take stress if you fail.
Okay. Would this be athletics
Yes.
or military training? I guess
Military training, I think, could be. Yeah.
Oh, they're the same.
Oh, critical success. Okay, so yeah, you reload and you move. Where are you moving to? To the vent, or are you going out into the hallway?
That's a good question. I think I'm going to go out in the hallway.
Okay. Like out into, like, over here?
Yeah, however far I can get.
Yeah, you could get to right there. All right. Let's just jump real quickly to the pod. So, Toke and Alex, you're in this pod, and there's this body in there, and Alex is kind of hooking up the canister to the escape pod's life support to make sure it stays cool. And he says, "Toke, move that body for me, would you?" And as you roll it over, you see it's one of the science crew, and there's a little name tag. It says A. Young.
Does that mean Alex Young?
Yeah, most likely it does. Give me
Guy's an
a
imposter.
give me
So that's-
a sanity roll. Oh no. Nice.
Balls.
Yeah, this does not compute. Like, how is this Alex Young, yet this is Alex Young? And he looks at you and he's kind of smiling and he says, forgot about that. And we'll get back to you in just a second. The crawler it's going to spend a round chewing on Doc. In fact, it's ripping out entrails. It's looking for your liver. And when it finds it, it just buries its head inside your body cavity, slurping down that big globule of liver with every large bite it can take. No.
Foolish thing. That's filled with psoriasis or cirrhosis.
Now we both have hepatitis. Nuck. So Big Ham is taking the hallway. You could follow him. Now you did hear some big ass thing, maybe breaking through a door down here. You got a vent here. You could try to take the vent to the cargo bay. There's 11 minutes left.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, yeah, I'll try seeing if I can take that vent down this way.
Give me a speed roll.
Even though that was the stinky vent.
Yes, it was.
Nope.
So you get up in the vent and you're crawling, but it's really cramped in here. And you can hear sounds magnified in here, chittering, skittering sounds. You're not alone in this vent system. But your vision's dark, and you're struggling to see anything here. Big Ham.
He's gonna keep moving on the double.
Okay. As you get down to the junction down there, you see that big thing beginning to work itself out of the engine room. It's blocking the way to the cargo bay. What do you do?
He's only got one choice. Gotta fire at it.
Okay, take a shot.
Probably should have reloaded earlier.
You did reload when you were running, remember?
He did, yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. I just forgot to do it.
Didn't seem to help. So you still fail. Take a little stress from that. Let me add this guy to the combat, and I'm going to take this guy. Actually, I'll get back to him. All right. Let me roll for this guy. Okay. His turn. He is going to go after Big Ham. You hold up the pulse rifle, take a shot. Some of the rounds look like maybe it strikes him, but they ricochet off of his hard carapace and simply do not get through. He lashes out with a tentacle. Oh boy. And hits Big Ham for 12 points of damage. Now you do have armor. That's going to block 7 of it. So your armor gets destroyed, and you're going to take 5 points of damage. Down to 8. Oh, there's 9 minutes left on the clock. Let's go back to Toke and Alex. Toke, give me a speed roll. If you succeed, you can go before Alex goes.
Let's see, speed.
Oh, critical success. Yes, you can go before Alex goes. He's got a smile on his face like he intends you harm.
I'm going to stun him first then.
Okay.
With my stun baton. Come on. Pulse.
No, you reach out to stun him. He is going to... he's going to make an attack on you. This is a jury rigging attack. He knows... He's familiar with your service unit. Oh, no. He's trying to reach a service mode switch that will basically put you on slow runtime and shut off most of your features. He knows where this is, but he was unable to reach it as he sidesteps the stun baton. You guys are locked in combat. The crawler goes into the vent after Nuck. Nuck, you look back and you can see this thing quickly scrambling down this passageway towards you. Give me another speed roll to see if you can make it to the cargo bay before it reaches you. Oh, hell yeah. Yep. Nuck, you make it to the cargo bay. On your next turn, you'll be able to make it to the ship. Big Ham.
Okay. Come on, Big Ham.
Big Ham's still locked in battle.
There's no way you can get past him.
Oh, critical success.
Hoorah!
30
Hoorah!
Hell yeah.
30 damage, and give me
That gunshot.
the gunshot roll. +2 bleeding, and he takes a wound.
Wasn't this thing already wounded?
This one, I don't think had taken a hit. You had just locked him in the engine room.
Oh no, I shot him before.
Yeah, we
before
knocked it
walked
down.
out.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, he got knocked down.
That's right. So, yeah, he had taken a wound. So he can take 4 wounds is his maximum health. He's a big guy. But that hurt. That staggered him. And if you can make a body save, you can move past him towards the cargo bay. There are 6 minutes left before meltdown.
Definitely gonna try that. Body with athletics,
Yes.
potentially.
Uh-huh. Oh, no. He will rise up and he's going to lash a tentacle out at you. That is a hit. You will take 4 damage. And he's going to try to grapple you. Give me another body save. Otherwise, that tentacle will grab you.
With anything?
You can do athletics.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, you slip free from his grasp. Toke, you and Alex, let's go back to you real quick. What do you do? Try and stun him again?
Yep.
Go for it.
All I can do.
Success. Let me give him a body save. He'll take a point of damage. He has armor, which will it will negate that point, but his armor gets destroyed.
Yes, the Kevlar coated lab coat.
Let's give him a body save. And he does not make it. He is stunned. 4 minutes and 54 seconds. Nuck. The crawler, you can see it nearing the vent. You may be able to get away. Big Ham's probably going to run into it, but you can make your way to the docking bay and into the ship if you like.
Yeah, I'll yell out to I don't think there's anything I can do to help Big Ham. I just have this little nail gun, so I'm just going to yell out, come on, get to the chopper, and run to the docking bay.
Now, you know this thing may follow you. Do you close the doors on the Silverback so it can't get into your ship and begin the startup procedure? You got 4 minutes and 15 seconds left. Or do you leave it open for Big Ham?
Yeah, I'm going to leave it open for Big Ham.
Big Ham, your turn. You did not get grabbed. You were not able to... or you were not grabbed. You weren't able to move away, but you could run. If you want.
Yeah, I think considering you just tried to grab me and missed, I think I'm going to try and slip by.
Give me a speed roll with advantage. You can add military training on that too.
Yes.
You make it into the cargo bay and you see that crawler heading down to the docking towards where the ship is. It's following Nuck. You can take a shot if you like.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Nice.
Actually, the gunshot wound.
Oh, nice.
how do you take it out?
Sweet.
That was it?
That was it.
Wow.
Fucking chest wound.
As he's running, Big Ham comes up right behind it, sticks his gun to the back of its head, and knocks it out.
Nice. The big one is scrambling down the hallway. Nuck. You hear the gunshots. You see Big Ham. You see the big one coming closely after him. What do? 2 minutes and 35 seconds.
I'm clicking all the things to get the ship started up so we can take off.
Are you shutting the door or leaving it open for Big Ham?
I'm leaving it open for Big Ham.
All right. I'm going to take us out of combat. Big Ham, you're able to make it into the ship. You guys are frantically getting the ship unhooked. Toke and Alex. Toke, go ahead. Oh, actually, he is stunned. What do you do with him stunned for a round?
Um, can I like bind him in any way or like immobilize him?
There's nothing in here that you could tie him up with. There's nothing like that. There's like a seat belt on the chairs, like a 5-point harness. You could put him in that, but there's no way to that you can see to disable that.
I'll bludgeon him again then, I guess, while he's laying on the ground.
Nice.
Kick him while they're down.
You just start wailing on him. Oh!
Damn it! How do I fail with this stun baton?
As you hit him, he wakes up and he is going to try to hit your shutdown switch.
Damn it!
And he gets it. Give me a body save.
Do I get any skills with that?
No, not with this one. Oh, you made it! Oh my gosh! Okay.
Oh my gosh! No way.
You feel things slipping, but the mission priority comes to the focus, and you nearly blink out into service mode, but you manage to override it. And how, you don't know, but sheer force of will. Nuck and Big Ham, you get the Silverback pushed away from the Scorpio. You know there's just a matter of seconds before that thing blows, and you need to get a safe distance away. Now you can see that escape pod kind of pivoting through the blackness of space, and you can quickly, you can hear the countdown ticking. You begin to head close towards that pod, and as you get near, you feel the push, and you see a flash just through your peripheral vision as the Silverback erupts in a massive ball of flame. All of the oxygen on board the ship ignites. There's a quick explosion as it pressurizes, and then a rapid decompression and a blinding flash of light as the reactor fails. The blast buffets your ship slightly, and you see it redirect that escape pod. Now, inside the pod, Alex and Toke, you two are fighting for your life. Big Ham and Nuck, you are rapidly trying to approach them. Alex, or actually Toke, what do you do? You're going to have disadvantage on a roll. You're starting to fade, but you manage to cling to your operating mode.
And is there a computer on board that I can immobilize the ship so that he can't get away from the other two who are coming after him?
There is an engine cutoff. There's also a stabilization mode that will basically fire retros to get this thing to stop rotating. You could do one of those, but it does have inertia, and it is actually set to go to the nearest Tokugawa station, which who knows how far that is from here. Probably quite far. You're not actually sure where you are out in deep space. So this is already on course, but you could stabilize it. You could also set it to rotate violently.
I'm going to do that, and that's going to be an intellect roll, right?
Intellect
on the computer
with hacking.
With hacking, that's what I'm a little bit better at. And then a normal on that.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you needed a 72, and you rolled a 73. He's going to reach over and try and shut you down one more time. And since he got close, he's going to have advantage on this one. Oh my gosh, 90 or 98. That fails. He is not able to get you there. Nuck and Big Ham, what are you doing?
Well, I'm sure we're going to try and contact the pod. Big Ham's going to reload, of course.
You do manage to get through to the pod, and inside the pod you can hear A voice, Toke, come in, what's going on? And static. The radiation blast is affecting the communications, but clearly they're trying to make contact with you. Alex was still unable to deactivate you. Toke, what do you do?
Uh, Same thing as last time, so where I rotate it violently,
Okay.
I get, and that's intellect, hacking, normal.
Critical success. Okay.
There we go.
You set it to violent. There's not like a setting violent rotation, but you just override the stabilization and just fire one of their main retros, and it begins slow and rapidly accelerating. As it does, the centripetal force throws you and Alex against the sides of the escape pod, and you can manage these G-forces just fine, but the human body cannot. You see his eyes begin to draw inwards towards his brain. Astronauts have described G-forces as either eyes in or eyes out. This is eyes in. You see his eyes bulge in and get smaller, and he begins to grow really, really pale. He's gasping for air, unable to move his rib cage to breathe, and he passes out. And you know that he will die in a matter of moments as blood is denied from his brain if this continues. And now, Nuck and Big Ham, you see this pod just rapidly accelerating almost at an uncontrolled rate. You're not getting any response from them. This does not look good. Now, you do have some guns on this ship. You could take that pod down if you need to. What would you do?
We'll try and retrieve the pod to save Alex and Toke, right, Nook?
Yeah, if we don't have any sort of tractor beam on this ship, right?
Nope, you do not have GMEP on this ship. This is
Right.
going to take a roll. Now, Nuck, you're trained in 0G, so I'm going to let you use that skill. This is going to be an intellect roll with 0G to try and somehow remotely get that pod under control. It is Tokugawa equipment. There's likely a chance you can handshake your computer with the computer there.
Okay.
No.
No.
Nope, not at all. In fact, it looks like something has overridden all of the security features on this pod. Now, Toke, inside the pod, the body of Alex Young is kind of thrown up against your legs, and you can hear the cracking of bones as it's compressed against you and against the bulkhead. What do? You see Alex, he's grown almost sheet white, and he's gasping for air, unable to get any oxygen in his lungs.
I don't know. Am I able to move?
It will take a strength roll to get you to move.
Mm.
The computer does have
Okay,
voice commands. You can use voice commands on the computer.
Oh, let's do that. I'll use a voice command to tell he's sheet white.
Uh-huh.
Oh, is he out yet?
If he's not out now, he will be in moments.
And his bones have crunched. So yeah, I'm gonna use a voice command to tell the ship to start stabilizing. So
the ship begins to slowly stabilize. Let me give him a body save. Does he survive? No.
I think those G-forces might have killed Alex.
The G-forces actually separated his aorta from his heart, and his blood continued to pump for a few seconds, just pumping blood into his body cavity. And then he quickly shuts down. And you see that he is beyond saving. Now, you need to give me a sanity roll, Toke, because this goes against your core directive. And you were responsible for this. No big deal.
it's all good in the hood. It's all good in the hood.
I've been chewed out before. Yeah,
Ain't nothing but a thing.
With him dead, you managed to eventually get the pod under control. Nuck, you managed to come in and rescue Toke. It looks like Alex is dead. As you dock with the pod, and Toke, you get probably Big Ham's help to bring the pod onto the Silverback. Nuck, you go and check on Alex. You see that he is indeed dead. What do you do? And this is the last scene of the game.
Well, I guess now I'm not going to get paid.
Nice. And then you turn back and you look at Toke and Big Ham carrying that thing, and you get up and you walk back towards them. And that's where the credits will roll. Now let's do a quick, maybe a show and tell, just for fun. Let's go over our secret agendas, and things may make a little bit more sense. So let's start with Toke. What are your secret agendas?
My programming dictated that the mission was my first priority, and the mission supersedes all. So that was hard coded into me to protect Tokugawa's interests above everything else, and human lives fall secondary to that prime objective. So most of the time, I didn't care too much about anybody else. My own survival was low on the priority tree, and that's why I was trying to get into that escape pod on my own, because I didn't know if that was going to be a good thing or a bad thing. But yeah.
What about Doc? What was your secret agenda?
Well, of course, as we all do, I knew that alien life is inherently bad, and there are no good life forms other than human, and alien life is meant to be studied to find ways to improve human life and prolong life. And I thought once we found this cargo thing, that could it be the thing that I need to finish my secret research? Because that could be life-changing for all of us. And I was pretty sure that Big Ham was working for somebody else. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody else was, other than the android, was infected. So
Yeah.
Big Ham was the only one who could keep us
So
keep us from spreading the disease.
we are going to get to a post-credits scene here. Big Ham, what's your agenda?
Big Ham was working for Tokugawa, but just a little bit against his will. Tokugawa was threatening Big Ham's family, and his mission goal was to retrieve the cargo at all costs. And he did not like the robot at all.
And you
the
definitely
robot-
role-played that.
Yeah, the robot to him was expendable, and he'd kind of do anything to lightly sabotage Tokugawa while accomplishing the mission.
And how about Nuck? What was your secret agenda?
I actually had two. First one was I sold the USS Scorpio's route to Vanguard, the mercenary outfit, and they intended to take the cargo for themselves, and if I could help, it was in my interest to do so. My contact with Vanguard was a guy named Enzo Phillips, and that's the real name of Alex Young.
Yep. And he told you that when you were alone with him in the galley.
Right. Yeah, that was one of the whispers. I needed the money. I understand this is espionage and sabotage, but I've got bills to pay. The other agenda was about the scientist Doc. I was certain he was up to something. I caught him looking at some scientific data that seemed to indicate he was doing some sort of experiment we haven't been told about.
Excellent. Now, after the credits roll, we go to a scene where we've probably gone back into cryo sleep as we are preparing to head back with this pod to deliver it to Tokugawa Corp, to the nearest station. And as we get to sleep, Big Ham, you fall asleep, and Nuck, you fall asleep, and Toke, you're kind of wheeling around. And after a couple of days, you go in and check on these two, and funny thing is their skin is all black, and it looks hard and shiny. And this is curious to you because these used to be your friends, but now they look like something else. They have mutated, having taken wounds from those other creatures and failed the body saves. They are now mutated. What does Toke do with these? These are no longer human life forms. These no longer belong to the company. These are not the people that you put in these sleep pods. What would you do with them?
We'll remember them briefly, and I will turn off their life support.
Nice. And you go back to, sweeping up around, doing your, kitchen duties and things like that, while the creatures that were once Nuck and Big Ham suffocate in those sleep pods. And that's where the game ends.
Yes. My empathy subroutine is buffering.
Nice. Got to reboot that. Excellent. Well, thank you, everybody. That was fun. This is one of my favorite, especially to teach someone Mothership. I love the fact you got a timer. It always comes down to like the last few seconds. I don't know how, but it always does. And this time we technically had 3 survivors, but after the credits there was really only 1. But I think that it counts as a success for everyone, even for Doc who died on the ship. He died so that the others could live, and it was through his sacrifice that the others were able to make it. And so he did not survive, but he saved. And I think everyone else solved the issue there of what the deal was, and there was a spy and all that good stuff. Any questions about the scenario before we sign off for the night?
It was fun.
That was great.
Yeah. Any comments? Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say I think it's challenging to play a traitor kind of character.
Right.
So
and you had no idea until we sat down to play, correct?
Right.
Yeah. So I think that the hidden agendas, it adds a ton of like suspicion and a little bit of just nervousness to the game, because you don't know who's out to get you. And like, I'm over here just rubbing my hands with glee when I hear like Big Ham, not give 2 shits about the android, because I know exactly why he's saying that and stuff. So yeah, super fun. Any comments about this? So the guy that wrote this, you can purchase this scenario on DriveThruRPG, and he has watched all of the replays that I've put up on here. He loves watching people go through this. Any comments for him as far as from the scenario?
Is there any way to get the Vanguard ship off, or is that just
no?
That's just a MacGuffin that's locked?
It's a MacGuffin. So there's no description of it. No matter how hard you try to hack into it, you simply can't get into the ship. And that's one thing I think that you could add is a means to get in there. This is the first time anyone has ever tried to spacewalk over to the ship, and I thought, oh, that'll be awesome. How do I keep them away? Well, there's radiation leaking out of there. So yeah, that's one thing I think it could use. It's just a little more detail on if you get into the ship. And if you did, I would probably just have it be a bloodbath in there. Like, everyone's dead. And Enzo was probably hiding in there and made his way to the galley. And that's where he met Nuck. And they're like, dude, let's get out of here with this. And I almost got away with Alex and Nuck, which would have been like, for me, that would have been the victory, because the traitor gets away with the other guy, the Vanguard guy. Have
you ever had that happen?
No, never. My favorite ending, I had Nuck and Doc. They were in the escape pod. They killed Alex right away. The guy playing Big Ham's like, screw this, and just like unloaded on him with a shotgun, just blew a hole through him. And like, that was like, they hadn't even really met him. It's like, I don't trust this guy. Just outright killed him. So then Nuck...
He got a weird look in his eye.
Yeah, his breath stinks. Doc and Nuck made it out in the escape pod, and it's one of my favorite moments in running Mothership. Is Nuck turned to Doc and helped him get buckled in, and then he looked at him and said, "This isn't personal." And then he put the nail gun up to the side of his head and fired, and just killed him. And he's like, "What?" And then when we explained why, he just got away with the thing. It was awesome. Like, just total, like, what the hell? It's fantastic.
Twist ending.
Very rarely do people make it back to the ship. It's usually in the escape pod. I think this is the second of 4 times people have made it back to the ship in time. I was waiting for Toke to just space Alex, just open the vent and just suck him out into space. That kind of goes against your prime directive, so I wasn't sure if you were going to do that or not, but I'm like, yeah, if I was the android, I'd just vent this guy out into space. Because you would survive the decompression, but he would not. Awesome. Any other comments for the author? Because, like I say, I'm sure he'll watch this.
That was fun.
It was great. Yeah.
Really, really fun.
Excellent. So I do have another one by the same author. It's called Atlas Bearing the Heavens. It involves the Tokugawa Corporation, but a different cast of characters unrelated to this one. But it's really fun. And I will probably run that again soon. It's been a minute since I've ran it, so I'm sure I'll put it up there. as I've been mentioning, I've been recording this video. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. I will post this on YouTube. If for any reason anyone objects to that, please just let me know, and I can make that a private if you don't want your voice on there. But it's kind of fun going back and watching those. And like I say, the author will go back and watch it. So I will post the link to that as soon as I get it uploaded. And I will see some of you in the next day or two, and then some of you in a week, and some I hope to see and in a month, and some I hope to see again very soon. So thanks everybody, and have a wonderful night.